Greetings from Podcastville. The Church of What's Happening Now is brought to you by and would love to welcome Squarespace.com. Listen, let me tell you something. If you're looking to turn your cool idea into a new website or showcase your work or blog or publish content or sell products and services of all kinds or promote your physical or online business, Squarespace is for you. This is what I'm going to do for you. Head to whatever you want to do, squarespace.com for a free trial when you're ready to launch. Use the offer code CHURCH to save 10% on your first purchase of a website or a domain. That's squarespace.com. Enter code CHURCH. I'm telling you, beautiful templates created by world-class designers, powerful e-commerce functionality lets you sell anything online, and the ability to customize the look and the feel, settings, products, and more with just a few clicks. Go to squarespace.com and enter code CHURCH to get 10% off your first purchase. Also, to my main brothers in arms, Aubrey, down there at On It, pushing the fucking best, finest shit on the market. We start off with Alpha Brain. We kick it off with Shroom Tech Sport and Shroom Tech Immune. It's fucking flu season, and you're injecting the flu, and then you're coughing in my fucking face after we smoke a joint. If you stick with Shroom Tech fucking Immune, you won't have these fucking problems. Go to onit.com right now and press in Church. Bam! And get 10% off your first order. Kick this motherfucking mule, Lee Syatt. That's as good as it fucking gets.
No, man.
You know, first off, welcome, cocksuckers. It's a beautiful motherfucking day to be alive. It's Monday. You're alive. You're kicking. The holidays are officially done. It's the fucking 8th. It's my daughter's birthday. She's 5. I'm going to have to go home and get a Carvel cake tonight after I weigh in at Weight Watchers.
Where'd you get her? Like Barbies or something?
I have a ton of shit.
What is this? Joey, what is this? I always think of that Barbie stuff.
My wife had to take Harry to the to the vet. They tested him for cancer. So the vet appointment was 5 o'clock on Wilshire Boulevard.
Oh.
So I had a meeting, and I flew from the meeting to pick up Mercy, and I took her to eat. She wanted to go to Boston Market. She calls it the mac and cheese joint from there. I said, what do you want to do? She goes, I don't know. I said, fuck it, let's go to Toys R Us. It's your birthday.
Yeah.
We walked around there 8 times looking for LOL dolls. That's the new hot fucking thing.
Yeah.
They bang you the fuck out, those little cocksuckers. And then we went to a donut place, and I got her a donut.
Nice.
We went home and hung out, and my wife got home like at 9:30, you know. She went out with she came home, dropped the cat off, and then her and Mercy's teacher went out for fucking ribs.
Where they got first grade next year?
Yeah, next September.
Wow.
It's really I mean, you know how fast time goes by.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
But 5 fucking years just flew by. So
yeah,
but that's good. That's basically what's going on with you, brother.
Oh man, I just I was home today and I had that epiphany of like, I need to move by the Comedy Store this year. That's my goal. So I want to just be able to walk from now on, like I do in New York. Just walk everywhere. I don't want to fuck around in cars anymore. I go to the same places every night. Store, Improv, Laugh Factory. It's a triangle for me, you know? This is that triangle. Store, Laugh Factory, Improv. I can just get in the middle of that triangle and walk everywhere. So I was like, I got to do that. That's what I'm going to do this year. Yeah.
Like something I've thought of when I first moved here was like the first place I had was like $800. It was cheap. It was actually right around the corner from where you used to live.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna be here and gonna spend so much time at your house, might as well enjoy it. Might as well enjoy where it is.
Yeah, exactly. Like I got a fantastic place right now. I love it. And most people go, wow, your neighborhood's amazing and everything. But I feel like I'm on the road always in my neighborhood. I don't know anybody. Like, you know, I walk, I go to the Starbucks, I go to the gym. I don't know anyone. Maybe Steve Simone, that's it, you know? I feel like it's just like this stranger out there for 2 years now. Where in Hollywood, I go somewhere, I run into like 5-6 different people I know. I get a podcast guest from it. Oh, and then I got hey, you want to do a show tomorrow night? Then I get a spot. You know what I mean? And it's kind of crazy and electric, jars my mind for writing and stuff. Out here, I'm just like, it's soccer moms and bad Kardashian wannabes, you know?
Well, here's the deal. It's you have to live like when I got here, like anybody else, I was in it to win it. You follow me? So I was in Hollywood. I didn't know nothing else you were talking about. For 3 months, I moved to Redondo Beach. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Great. Phenomenal. But when you got to drive into Hollywood every fucking day for an audition,
shoot yourself.
It sucks ass. You know, so you get home at 6, you just sat in traffic for an hour and a half. Now you get time to take a shower, you know, watch TV for a while and get back in the car and shoot to Hollywood for a 9:30 spot.
Yeah.
So I didn't enjoy it at all. I knew right then and there that California is great, but if I'm going to live here, I got to live close to Paramount.
It's true.
You want to be a fucking star, you got to live close to Paramount.
You want to mine for gold, you got to be in the river, man. You got to be in the river.
I stayed in in Hollywood, and after I stopped doing blow, I realized that I was wasting a lot of time.
Yeah.
I was wasting time hanging out with worthless comics that were just, you know, talking shit all day on the system. That's all they did.
Yeah.
And then they would point at me, like, look at me like I was the bad guy. Well, you work at the store. You're part of it. Okay. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
And
I got no time for that.
Yeah, I got no time for that.
It's just negative energy.
So when I got into the Valley, I kind of enjoyed not seeing anybody.
Yeah.
I had already paid my dues in Hollywood. I didn't have anything to prove. I'd already lived here 10 years when I moved to the Valley. And it was like, I got to the point where sometimes you don't want to be at Starbucks.
I get you.
You're riding, you know that Fairfax one?
Yeah,
the coffee bean.
Hey, man.
You sit there for 10 minutes. Somebody's going to tap you on the fucking shoulder.
Yeah.
I went in there about 2 months ago. I had an appointment down there.
Yeah.
I had 2 hours to kill. I sat down. This fucking homeless dude that I knew who had a house 3 or 4 years, 5 or 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
We lived 3 doors down from each other. And he took care of his father when the father died. Now you could see he was just homeless with a bicycle, and he just stayed at fucking
you'll see some rock bottom there.
Yeah, no. That place is, if you want to get depressed, go to the Coffee Bean on Fairfax.
Yeah.
That's Depression Central. Yeah. Because there's either posers there or people who are looking to fucking destroy your head. Yeah. I remember one day talking to a lady, and she was telling me why it was bad to belong to SAG.
Oh, man. Unbelievable.
You know, like just beating me up verbally because I belong to the Screen Actors Guild. It's this liberal fucking Coffee Bean. But
fuck those health care. You shouldn't have the health care.
But everybody's writing a script. Everybody's casting a reality show. It's just bullshit. That's the only thing that at my age I couldn't deal with no more.
Right.
Like, oh, excuse me. Oh, my God, I saw you at the store and I have this script I want to give you. And leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone, all right?
Yep.
I'm over here talking to a buddy about fucking the Mets, and you want to talk to me about your fucking short film script. You know, it
your
just
YouTube sketch.
Yeah, it just that's the thing. So now it's like you learn to. I have a friend. He lives maybe an hour from the Comedy Store. He's at the Comedy Store all the time. And I thought about his journey. And what he does is he returns anybody's call. I called him throughout the day, and he did that purposely because he knew he was doing something that night.
Right.
So instead of wasting time in the daytime, he calls you back at night on the hour drive.
Yeah.
And I asked him, did he enjoy it? And he said that years ago, he was up here way before I got into comedy, way before I moved to the Valley. And he said that hour let him become a human being again. Like once he got into a certain zone, he became a comedian. And once he got out of that zone, he was just a dad.
Yeah.
And till this day, I don't know how he's at the store 4 nights a week, but it's some people use it to their advantage.
Yep.
I like that also. I like the idea once I hit Laurel Canyon, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to, and there's days I go into Hollywood, and as soon as I get to Hollywood, I get pissed off because I'm reminded that I'm in Hollywood.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking brutal.
Like I just left Laurel Canyon where I saw a good-looking woman in a hot dress and nice shoes. Now I go to Hollywood and I see the same identical woman with blue hair and a hole in her skirt and fucking, you know. Last
crack
time I went
pipe
to Hollywood,
in the left hand.
I always eat a bagel at that place, right across from that Fairfax Coffee Bean.
Oh, Griddle?
I don't go to the Griddle. No. I go that way. And there's a fucking place that makes a turkey They put a turkey on a bagel for me, and they use real turkey.
Wow.
Not turkey slices. So I've been going there for fucking years. And I'm sitting in there, I just ordered, and I'm waiting for them to give me the bagel. And I see a homeless girl, Lee, that was so fucking hot.
Yeah.
Her hair was all fucked up. She was filthy, had leaves on her.
Leaves.
But she was fucking hot.
Wow.
And I sat there going, that chick isn't homeless. She has mental illness.
Yeah.
Because she sucked 20 producers' dicks and didn't get one roll. Like,
and just ran away into the woods one day?
Yeah, and I got my bagel and I watched her, and she ran into the woods behind Bank of America.
The woods, yeah.
Off the Sunset.
Flats, yeah.
Lee, you said it correctly.
Yeah.
Her hair hadn't been washed in fucking 6 months.
She just abandoned ship one day.
And she was fucking beautiful.
Wow.
You guys never
Dirty
have that
sneakers.
impulse? I'm not saying like be homeless, but like, I don't know. Sometimes if I had like a really bad day, I'd be in a car, I'd be like, I could just leave right now.
Oh, I fight it every day.
Yeah, well,
I fight it every day. I always think like, I'll just go back to Yosemite, be a mountain man. It'll be silent. You know what I mean? That's where I was born. Go back there.
That was always a dream with me.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny how I'm a city guy and the whole thing. But looking back, I couldn't wait to live in a fucking cabin.
Yeah.
You know, and at that time, I was a Charles Bronson dude, so I wanted to live alone with a dog,
Yeah.
a couple shotguns, some weapons. I hunted.
Yeah. Ninja stars.
Ninja stars.
Yeah.
Fucking. There's a movie he did called Death Hunt. That when I saw that movie, it just pushed me over the top.
Yeah.
Like I thought, Death Hunt that fucked me up, and I mean Death Wish and The
Death Wish.
Mechanic. Bunch of those movies.
Oh, yeah.
No, Death Hunt is him. He saves a dog in the Canadian border, and he saves the dog and he takes him home to a log cabin with fires and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the owner of the dog comes back and he shoots him.
Oh.
And now there's a war over the fucking dog.
Oh my God.
It's about a fucking dog, and he shoots him. And the Mountie is Lee Marvin. Lee Marvin.
Oh yeah, Lee Marvin.
And there's
Awesome.
a scene between them two that's brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. He comes to the door and he tells Charles Bronson he's got to take him away and shit.
Yeah.
But once I saw that movie, I was like, that's who I want to be.
Yeah.
I was 21 when I saw that movie, and I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
There is a guy like that somewhere.
Magically, you think you're like, well, does that guy have money? How did he do that? You know what I mean? Like, you're just living in the woods.
you don't need money anymore if you live in the woods.
Well, you got to own that wood log cabin or something.
That's true.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, I know, right?
There's got to be something that.
Well, yeah, I always have that fantasy of, like I go out there to the desert and see the Queens of the Stone Age guys or the Eagles of Death Metal guys. You know, they're out there at Joshua Tree, and I get out there and I'll be there and I'm just like, you get an Airstream for $60,000, you set it down out there and you just call it a day, off the grid. You know what I mean? Like that's like Joshua Tree off the grid desert living. Mushrooms, fucking around with your dog, maybe 2 dogs, me, a couple French bulldogs, some records. That's it. The same outfit. You wear the same clothes every day. Who gives a fuck?
Have you ever said, like, I've done a lot of driving in California the last few months.
Yeah.
And there's people who take those trailers and they don't even go to like a nice area. They're just like, it seems like they find a cliff in the desert, just a space in the desert.
That's the shit.
And they just put it down.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're here now.
Venice Beach. You go out there, every side street has these trailers, these motorhomes, like fucking Rockford Files style. Every one of them. Like the ones they had in Breaking Bad, they were making the meth in.
Have you ever lived in one?
No.
Have you ever lived in one?
I've stayed in one, though.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I lived in one.
Yeah.
And I moved from Seattle, Washington to Los Angeles at one, and actually lived on Fairfax for 3 or 4 streets. And then after that, we moved to the school off of Fairfax again.
Yeah.
By the pizza place in Cantors. There's a school there.
Oh, yeah, I know.
We lived on that block and we would watch the kids fucking practice soccer and shit.
Just in a motorhome?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I lived in that motorhome for probably from October to January. And it was interesting because You had to fill up the water. You could take a shower, but it's not the fucking shower.
No, it's a little,
That's what people don't. Yeah,
it's like a monkey bag.
it's like a fucking ship.
Yeah,
it's a little shower. The water, there's no water pressure.
Nope.
The thing you could, if you don't fill it up with water, it starts to thin out when you got shampoo in your hair.
It makes that noise.
Yeah,
the pump.
That's all fun and dandy, But again, you cook in there, and the bed is right across the fucking street. The bed is 10 feet, not even. The bed is 2 feet from the fucking stove. You know,
have the AC on all day, can you?
and we had what's that?
Got the generator.
Could you have the AC on all day?
I had the AC on all day.
Generator.
At night, the fucking heater.
Jesus.
We had a cable TV.
What?
Yeah.
We
Did
had
you
some
own it?
type of she owned it.
Oh, yeah,
she
gotcha.
owned it.
Yeah.
But then when we lived in Seattle, she found a place where you just pull up your thing.
Like an RV home place.
Lee, and I got to tell you something. If things ever got, if something happened between me and my wife and I got old,
Yeah.
that's how I would live.
I dig it. That's what I'm
Because
saying. They got the hookups out there.
Now they got, this was 1997, and the place was 50 years old. I can't imagine what new places are like with all these homeless people. So basically, you pull your RV in, Lee.
Right.
You plug to their electricity. Your neighbors all have RVs.
Yeah.
And there's a compound. In the compound, there's a gym. There's a swimming pool heater. There's a sauna. There's a washer dryer. There's 2 restaurants. There's a post office. There's a clothing store. They have everything you could imagine at this place. A shoe store. You know, you're not going to get great deals. You're not going to get Foot Locker deals. You're paying $10 extra.
But you're living in a motorhome.
But you're living in a fucking motorhome. They have a conference room where you could go into and watch TV at night if you're sick and tired. This wasn't bad. I'm a pain in the ass to live with. And I got to tell you something. This was not bad.
Yeah.
I would like that. Like, if I'm gonna live in one of those, I want to be on the road though. Like, I'd like it if you could go from state to state and like park in those. Whenever you get there. That sounds
Sean
like fun.
Penn. You know, when his house burned down out in Malibu, he bought an Airstream and set it down, and he had the place had plumbing and everything, so he just hooked up the water and electricity. And he lived in that Airstream. You can Google photos of him. He looks happier than I ever seen him ever. He's got the door open. He's like, yeah, I live in this motorhome, kind of fucking,
If you're a practical person, and like Lee, you like to drive, and you put a little grill in there. I mean, listen, man, there's nothing like taking a year off from your job. You get fired one day, and you're like, wait a second, they're gonna give me unemployment. I put away all this money over the years. You know what? I'm gonna fucking rent an RV.
Yeah.
Perfect for me, and just go across the country. All these people always want to go overseas.
Yeah, fuck that. I always tell people you're crazy. America's killer.
Listen, the trip is an RV trip from coast to coast.
Yeah.
With a 6-month limit.
Yep.
That's your limit, 6 months. You don't have to work. You figure out your gas mileage. You got to get a good RV because you don't want shit fucking breaking on the road.
No,
That's a nightmare.
You know what, Les Claypool, I've just had him on the podcast from Primus. And Burr and I were hanging with him in Austin. And he goes, I've toured for 30 years. I didn't see one fucking thing in America. So he bought an 85 Prevost tour bus about 5 years ago, I guess. And he drives the bus, his own bus with his wife. And they drive from gig to gig, and he sees America, and he lives in the bus. And he's like, "This I'm seeing everywhere." They stop it. Instead of staying at hotels now, they stay at in Utah at Weeping Rocks, or they go to, Boulder or the top of Vail or wherever they can, these cool campgrounds on the tour. So they see America. It's pretty rad.
It takes a different type of person. I was watching that movie with that chick that she, she's a fucking part-time hooker. Her mother dies of cancer.
Monster?
No.
Oh.
The really good-looking chick. The movie's Wild.
Into the Wild? Oh, no.
Wild or something. She just fucking walks. They show her getting fucked, and they show her doing heroin. And she goes on a walk. And during the walk, it's like, I don't know, the track, what the name of the movie is. Not a bad movie, but
Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, that one. That's right. Yeah.
While you're watching the movie, you're thinking to yourself, could I handle something like this?
Yeah.
Could I walk 10 miles a day for a fucking year?
Nope.
Live in camping shoes and fucking cook outside. And take showers outside. That's a fucking rough journey, my friend.
That is, man. There's like I always say this, and I said it numerous times to people. All my chips are in on comedy. It's all I do. I love it every day. But if I wasn't in comedy, I would definitely be long gone in Todos Santos down on the bottom of the Baja, down there backside of Cabo, or Joshua Tree, or Yosemite, and just completely disappear and just. Man, I bet you live another 20 years because of just zero stress and decompressing, no traffic, no noise. You know what I mean? A whole different thing. Like our whole life is noise and traffic and everything, but it gets your brain going for comedy. It's pretty interesting. Yeah,
it's tough. Like the more and more, I've lived here, I've tried to make my place comfortable.
Yeah.
But so one of my goals this year, or things I'm working on this year, is getting out of the house.
Yeah. You don't want to be comfortable at your hut. Netflix.
Well, it's not even Netflix. It's just I like my bed. I have a comfortable couch. I can't tell you how many days I sit there and I'm just on my phone or my computer, but I'm there without. I don't turn the TV on.
No, I never have mine on.
But it's like you were saying about Hollywood, how you just run into people, even if it's not people you know. It's people who can connect you, like if you're working or something.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's human contact.
Right,
Yeah.
It's good to get out of the house.
Human contact is important.
That's like New York.
And, in New York, everybody walks and looks the other fucking way. You have your little buddies at different stops, at different studios and shit like that. But that's what you need sometimes. I mean, there's days I talk to Lee in the morning, and I don't talk to nobody till about 1.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everybody wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, 22 people want to talk to you. So there's days I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm not going to have any contact with nobody. I might as well go train. So I can have contact with people. That human touch, that contact.
Yeah.
It's very important also. I mean, I can't, I don't know. You yearn for certain things. I don't think a lot of people can handle them.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought I could be put on an island for a year by myself. I don't fucking think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. You at least put me on there with a cat.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll start talking to the cat after 3 months. You will. You'll start hallucinating and hearing them. You put me on an island with 20 pounds of weed and fucking music and a cat.
Yeah.
And a kettlebell or something and fucking endless chicken cutlets with mashed potatoes, cream corn.
Oh, yeah. That's the lottery juice. Right there. Yeah. You just won the lottery.
that was the original dream, guys.
Yeah.
To just live fucking careless and not need much money and maybe make enough money just to cover the spread. And that's it. Put away what? What are you going to put away? You die and you go to hell and that's it.
Yeah.
There's no big fucking deal, you know?
I keep trying to get rid of everything at my house except for my records and my clothes. Just everything in there. So it's just complete freedom. You know what I mean? Like, all right, if I just want to move tomorrow to New York or something, I got these items right here. I'm out of here. You know what I mean?
Well, that was part of the reason I got into comedy in the beginning. It fit everything that was going on with my life. I got divorced. I wasn't going anywhere. And the road just did it for me.
Yeah.
Wait a second. So you go to all these places. And in those days, you weren't going to go to Las Vegas. I was going to Riverton, Wyoming.
Yeah.
I was going to Billings, Montana.
Yeah. Shitty spots that become amazing.
They're amazing.
You
they're
get there
amazing.
and you go, and every time you get there, you go, fuck, I could live here.
Yeah, they're
every
amazing.
time.
If you haven't been to Montana, the Big Sky
Oh,
Country,
my God.
it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
And Wyoming, it's just right now in Wyoming, if you're freezing in New York, you're a statue in Wyoming.
Oh my God, I was there with Burr.
Statue in Wyoming.
There's no buildings or anything, so there's wind, fierce wind.
God.
Well, what about you, Joey? For the last few years, you would be in Minnesota this week or the week.
Buffalo
too.
Buffalo, but that's 3 days, Lee.
Yeah.
That's 3 days
Yeah, you're
compared
in a
to
club.
fucking
Yeah.
You go outside to smoke a joint. You sit out there for as long as you
It's
can
not the
tolerate it.
Revenant.
and you run back into your fucking hotel and go, ooh,
Oh no.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get on that plane.
Yeah, these fools live here.
And then you go to the airport and you put your luggage, you put your heavy jacket in your luggage.
Yeah.
But then you get to the thing and they call you back on the plane. And as you walk through that tube into the flight,
Oh, you're going like, whoa.
you're fucking freezing. The
Yeah.
best is when you come off the plane and
Yeah.
walk into 30 below. And you're like, Jesus fucking
It's a
Christ.
wake-up call.
Wow. And
Yeah.
you're not used to it at all.
Yeah.
Like, I listen, I've been talking to my friends on the East Coast, at least two of them the last 2 days. A buddy of mine had a situation, and we've been talking. He always tells me how bad the fucking weather is, how cold it is. So I grew up in it, but it's got to be.
I'm glad I'm not there right now.
Oh, my God.
You know how much I love it there. And I'm just like, whoa.
There are two cold memories that stick out in my mind. There's one January night when I ate a Quaalude, and we partied inside the middle of a lake.
Yeah.
We would call it the Island of Insanity Party, and the lake would freeze. That's one memorable night. And I'm very lucky not to have gotten, like, when your fingers get... Because
frostbitten.
I passed out in somebody's hallway in a building
Yeah.
in Jersey. I woke up the next morning. I couldn't believe I was fucking alive. And there was another night. There was a day that I was just getting into comedy. It's January of 95.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to make little contacts in Denver. And my buddy Rick Kearns, God bless his soul, says to me, hey, man, what's his name? The guy that would always give me work and pay my rent, and then I would do the jobs for him.
Yeah.
So if I needed rent money, I would just ask him, and then he'd just book me.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he goes, he's got a gig. You're opening for me in Wyoming. It's like $400 for 2 shows. It's good money. Tell him you want to be on it, you know. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. It was me, him, and a comic named George McClure. Something McClure.
Yeah.
And we fucking went up there, and Jesus Christ, Lee. Jesus Christ, Lee.
Oh, yeah.
First off, it was like in a barn where you did comedy. 500 people.
Yeah.
Sold
500
out.
people?
Oh, yeah. They got nothing to do on a Friday night but stay home and freeze.
Yeah.
So they all go to the community center and drink beers for $8 for $5 a bottle and watch comedy. I bombed both shows on Friday night, all right? I go back to the hotel. The guy offers me food. They had like banquet food.
Yeah.
Like spaghetti and like different shit. And I go, nah, I don't want that shit. And I went back to the hotel room. And the next morning I got up and I thought I was in Boulder. I asked the hotel guy, like, is there any breakfast? He goes, nah, you missed breakfast. I go, where can I go eat around here? He goes, you're in no danger. I go, what do you mean? He goes, it's down the block, but you ain't going to make it. It's 35 below out there.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And you know me in those days.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just did blow till 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm numb as it is.
I'm fucking on it.
Set me out there. And dog, halfway out there, you're fucked. It's like when you do that thing from Cuba to the United States.
Yeah.
And in the middle, you realize you can't swim no more. And so you got to make a decision.
Yeah.
You can go forward or go back. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, yeah.
It was that type of fucking cold.
You got to go forward. Get that food.
There's another night I remember that was very, very cold in my youth. I went to Sierra Smith New Year's Day,
Yeah.
and the car broke down. The kid I went with, his mother's car broke down at the Nassau Coliseum.
Oh, fuck.
And we had to wait for the fucking tow truck to come till 1 in the morning.
Oh.
And we fucking sat out there barely in tears. Like, we took everything out of that car, everything that was in that car, and put it on us. And the car was worse than what it was outside.
Oh, man.
Like, we would have to go outside.
Yeah, that's right.
The car was worse than what it was outside.
Yeah.
We just huddled together. And there was no cell phones.
Pure metal.
You know, there was no cell phones. There was no nothing, guys.
Yeah. That's the worst back then.
Yeah, there was
I
no
think of all the
fucking cell
times I
phone.
was stranded with no phone back then.
Oh, my God.
Just
no cell
fucking
phone.
no man's land.
No cell phone in those days. If you didn't see a fucking payphone,
Ah.
you were a goddamn dead man.
I'll tell you when I froze, man. A fierce freezing in L.A. Like 2 years into comedy, I was doing, maybe 3 years, I was doing the Hollywood Improv at like 8 o'clock. 8 to 8:15 spot. It's about 60 out. And then I had a headliner spot at 11 in Bakersfield. So I got plenty of time. 60 out. I start cooking, going up the Grapevine.
On the motorcycle.
On the motorcycle.
Okay, explain that. 'cause
Yeah, I'm
people
on the
are-
motorcycle. And I get about halfway up, and I go, "Ooh, man, it's kind of cold up here." I completely forget, that I'm going over the fucking grapevine. So from 60, all of a sudden now it's 40.
Ooh.
Then it's like 33. It starts snowing. And I'm like, I got to get to this gig. I need this fucking money. And I'm freezing. My left thumb is numb. I'm trying to hide my hands behind. They got gloves on, but my thumbs are out in the open there, like this. I'm trying to hide my thumb, and I'm trying to ride, and it's like, it's snowing like sleet. My hand is completely frozen now. I pull into a truck stop. I buy like a hot chocolate, and I just hold the chocolate. I'm not even drinking it. I'm just holding it to heat my hand up. I buy some kids' mittens, put those on, then put my gloves back on, go to the bottom of the grapevine. I get to the gig. There's like 8 people there. They're watching the Raider game. It's just finishing up, It's like a Friday night Raider game. And they go, all right, you're going on now. They go, there's no one here. They go, just do like 10 and we'll pay you. Okay. I go, okay, cool. I do the 10. Now I got to turn around and ride back over the fucking grapevine. And I'm still frozen, like to the bone, where I'm just like, fuck. Got home. I just showered for like an hour. I can't even believe I made it home. And my hands were just torched, man, like frozen. My fucking feet, my big toe, everything, man, on the bike.
It's not fun. I don't want to be in that weather right now.
Fuck no.
Last week I was thinking about something. I'm a YouTube guy.
Yeah, me too.
So while I'm doing shit, I got YouTube on. And sometimes you put a certain song on, and all of a sudden this song comes on 3 songs later. That is a tremendous song that you forgot completely about.
Yeah.
And there's some music that you hear, like Lee said, you listen to and you go, fuck, I can't believe I listened to that shit 10 years ago.
I know.
20 years ago. But
yeah.
There's some shit that you hear today that still holds.
Oh.
And you think of it, like when you tell people, listen, I want your top 10 albums, right away they're going to throw the White Album at you,
yeah.
and Pink Floyd The Wall, and fucking, Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. Those are no-brainers.
Yeah, those are the obvious.
I wanted to call and talk to Dean about albums that were brilliant albums in their own manner, but also affected you a certain way.
Right.
Which nobody ever fucking talks about. I always wanted to talk about that shit.
Yeah.
What's your number 10 album? Now, you said you had a story about this when I called you.
Yeah.
That it's a fucking motherfucker to pick 10 albums.
Yeah.
If you're a music lover.
Oh, yeah. So
and I'm going to hit you with 50 different genres.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
It's hard.
Right now, I'm trying to put together this 5 minutes for Conan to shoot, to send in, to submit. This is 100,000 times harder. Putting together this fucking list. And the thing is, there's all these different things. A list 20 years ago would have been way easier than a list right now. Because as you live a long fucking time, things slot out, And then there's genres. You're like, well, fuck, man. Can we do it in genres, Because it's so hard. And I sat there and I was just like, this is impossible. Absolute. And I think I could do it in 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's 20, 25 albums.
Yeah. But 10 is so fucking hard. I was going through all my shit. And what I did was I put all the albums. I was up to like 30. And then I would just slot some out. And I would slot them out for reasons. Like, I love this record. But is it absolutely Desert Island top 10? Is it that? You know what I mean? It's weird because, in 2000, my top 10 would be way different than 2017. You know what I'm saying?
But then don't you think also there's a difference between top 10 and like Desert Island? Because Desert Island is stuff that you want to keep watching. Maybe something on your top 10 is really great, but you don't want to listen to it.
Well, top 10 to me, it has to be, something it takes you on a journey. So let's say you have this type of record that's number 3. The number 4 has got to be totally different. You can't have 10 of the same fucking thing. You'll go crazy. Like if you're like, I'm into the Ramones and Dead Boys and all punk rock or something, you just after a while, you're like, I'm a fucking moron. I'm on this island. But to me, top 10 island records are the same as top 10 records.
Okay.
Because they're going to be on this island by yourself, and they're going to jar memories, right?
Like one of the most brilliant albums I ever heard was The Best of Bread.
Right.
I didn't know who the fuck Bread was. But if there was 5 songs on one side, 4 of them were monsters.
Yeah.
That was my first album that I listened to and said, what the fuck is this? Because I had bought like the Beach Boys, and out of the 7 songs, I like 2 of them.
Yeah.
The other 7 songs were just pure cactus.
So that's another thing in my top 10. The record can't have any filler tracks. You know, because there's records that I fucking love. Like, I'll tell you what, I love the NWA Straight Outta Compton record.
Right.
But to me, it's a 4-song record. It's a 4-song record. You know, once it gets to the back half, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. Where Public Enemy, Fear of the Black Planet, is a masterpiece,
It's a masterpiece.
all the way through,
Jesus
man.
Christ, I forgot about that.
That's a goddamn journey.
That's a masterpiece.
You know?
Fear of a Black Man. There was another one.
Yeah, Nation of, It Takes a Nation.
How many albums did they put out altogether?
I don't know.
They still put them out.
Oh, they still put them out,
the
but
ones
you
when
know,
I was listening,
those first, you know,
4 or
the
5,
Nation
yeah.
and Fear of the Black Planet.
When I got to Prison, The Nation, the first one,
yeah,
they were playing
that
that,
thing's fucking great.
and that was great. That was
Yeah.
the first one. And then once Fear of a Black Planet was just brilliant.
And that
It's just
movie,
brilliant.
Spike Lee, to Do the Right Thing.
Yeah,
it's just
brilliant.
It's a dual punch in the face.
Well, I kind of want, because I don't have the same relationship you guys do with music, but we just did a podcast with Rick Ramos about movies. So I'm wondering, Joey, was it similar? Was it hard like this? Similar? Or was it harder to do music? Or what was the?
I said that today to Steve Simone at the gym. I said, movies is way easier. Way fucking easier. I could do the 10 while we're standing here. While we're standing here, I could just name them off.
The 10 what?
Top movies.
Okay.
That's easy.
But again, everybody has a preference because they were at a certain place and time.
Right.
When this movie came into their lives.
Totally.
You might watch that movie and call me and go, Joey, really? It's the worst movie I've ever seen. It just treated me, you know, I like Valley Girl.
Yeah.
For some reason, I love the movie Valley Girl. Is it my top 10? No, it's not. But it's a great fucking film. You know what I'm saying? I always wondered what happened to that girl. And then I saw it one day on TV and I was happy.
Yeah.
They even went back to look for her or some shit. What's your number 10 album?
Let me get it out of here.
Would it be Fear of a Black Planet? Because I tell you what, now that you thought about it,
Yeah.
Fear of a Black Planet is definitely up there in
It's
my
fucking-
world.
Yeah.
The other one with G-Thang
Yeah.
and Snoop.
Oh, yeah. Fucking
Now,
The Chronic, Dr.
to
Dre, The
me,
Chronic.
that's a 4-song album.
Oh, yeah.
To me.
Yeah, right.
What do you think?
I think The Chronic is, to me, I think it's a masterpiece of hip hop.
The Chronic also?
Yeah, I really
Let
do.
me listen to it again.
Yeah.
Because I have a copy here.
You know,
I don't remember the other side.
Recently, I did that set in the main room at the store, and Dre was in the crowd, and he came out to the parking lot, and he said, man, you were fucking funny. And it was one of the highlights of my life, because that record, at the same time I was listening to rock and roll, I was listening to that Chronic record, and it's just the ultimate party record.
I got to hear it. I forgot that was even on my list. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
I tell you, the first Biggie album, I think is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
In its own fucking ghetto right. And the second one has different things that have always fucking jolted me.
He's so great.
Yeah, that shit was fucking tremendous. And Nas's album,
Yeah.
the one Nas album fucking killed me. You know, and again, I've been smoking dope, guys, and this has been 20 fucking years since I listened to this stuff. I mean, I'm an old fucking man.
Me too.
I'm going to tell you what album fucked me up for a long time. Get Your Wings by Aerosmith.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I've always thought that's a brilliant band album. That was their best work. And a lot of people argue it could be the Rocks.
Draw the Line, Rocks.
Draw a Line. I've always been partial to Get Your Wings. There's like 4 fucking... I like an album that flows.
Yeah, me too.
You know, Judas Priest...
Screaming for Vengeance?
No.
Oh. British Steel?
British Steel.
Unbelievable.
That is a work of art.
Yep.
They made that whole album flow. When you listen to A-side with fucking Metal Gods and you flip it over and whatever, You Can't Be Cruel to Be Kind. What the fuck is the name of that jam?
Have to be old to be wise.
Yeah, have to be old to be wise. You know, you're sitting there going, this is fucking brilliant. You know, there's sub-albums. You know, if I come to Judas Priest, it's between Hell Bent and British Steel for a
Yeah,
guy like
yeah.
me. After that, I know Judas Priest put out good albums.
To me, it's the live record.
Which one, really?
The Priest live record, man.
Really?
Oh.
Unleashed in the East.
Unleashed in the East.
No, that's up there also.
Oh, that's to me, it was these bands that, once their live albums hit me, like Ted Nugent Double Live Gonzo, AC/DC, If You Want Blood, the Frampton, and the Priest. The songs had so much more muscle. So much more muscle. They would just come on. You're like, what the fuck? Like the Sinner on there.
I came one night by myself in here. Lee was home. I called him. I went for a ride. Must have been like October. I came in here, and I just wanted to smoke a bong. That's it. I just wanted to smoke something different. It was an off night, and I put on Double Live Gonzo.
Oh, my God.
And it took me right back to being in the fucking 8th grade and hearing it. And at that time, what a lot of people don't understand, in the late 70s, early 80s, a lot of bands were putting out live albums.
Yep.
That were fucking phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Phenomenal. From fucking Kiss Alive.
Yeah.
And the list goes on. If you look at the live catalog that everybody had, at least one live album, there's no more live music.
Cheap Trick, Budokan.
That's right.
Smoking.
I can't fucking stand them.
Oh, yeah.
But I like the album Heaven Tonight.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Heaven Tonight was
Great.
a good album by Cheap Trick.
I mean, maybe I just have a terrible taste in music. Who knows? But when I was growing up, I would always avoid, and even on YouTube, we avoid live recordings because it just doesn't always sound as great as studio. I know that it's adjusted, but
these were different, though. They were paid for high-dollar live records done with a mobile truck, 24-track. They're not just a couple guys with mics in the room. You put it on, it's fucking sonically a masterpiece also.
So is it just too expensive to produce? Is that why they stopped doing it as much?
No,
or?
they still do them, but they don't sell. Like, back then, it was a thing to, you're like, hey, man, you're eating dicks. You're not selling anything. Got to put out a live record. And then they put a live record out. Everybody started doing it once, like Nugent and Cheap Trick. And it was really that Peter Frampton Comes Alive
When
record.
did Johnny Cash do his live album?
The Folsom City Prison or whatever, that one. That thing's great.
That's what started it.
That's fucking smoking.
Because even he had to fight the record label to get the live album. They kept saying, you didn't want him to do it there.
Yeah.
I've always thought if you're going to do a live album, it had to have a catch. But I'll tell you what happened to me.
Yeah.
One of the first live albums I bought was Get Your Ya-Ya's Out.
Oh, great.
In my world, it wasn't great.
Right.
In my world...
Well, it's pretty dirty and nasty.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
sounds like a garbage can.
For some reason, at that age, I could not comprehend what they had done to the songs.
Yeah.
And why they had done that to the songs.
Right. Exactly. It is always different.
And then I was turned on to The Song Remains the Same.
Yeah.
Which they tended to do the same exact thing. Take the fucking song to left field. I couldn't criticize Led Zeppelin for years.
Yeah.
I just didn't talk about it.
Yeah, that's
I just
hilarious.
didn't talk about it. I just didn't talk about it when people brought it up. But because of those two albums, I got turned off to live music.
Gotcha.
And then my brother, Steve Runny, in detention or in study hall, gave me the cassette to Unleashed in the East. And I put it on. And it changed my perception. Then I still remember Ted Nugent, them, Neil Young, down,
Live Rest.
It was just brilliant. And I still remember that summer with fucking Frampton. I also remember the summer with Meatloaf. That's not a pleasurable summer.
Yeah. I was never a Meatloaf guy.
Me
Never.
neither. Me
Never
neither.
got into it. I didn't like that theater rock.
No, me neither.
You know?
I don't like
I
that
liked
shit.
it with Queen, but I just went. I was never into that.
Speaking
in the rock.
of Queen, Night at the Opera.
Oh, man.
Is Death on Two Legs on that?
I don't know. Check that out real quick.
So
Night at the Opera.
Night at the Opera, Queen.
What songs are on there? Death on Two Legs is on there. That's a really, really good album. Those are albums that were quality.
Yeah.
There was one of those Kiss studio albums when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
That was also solid.
Rock and roll.
Kiss
over.
Alive I liked.
Oh, I was there.
Kiss Alive.
Kiss Alive 2 was me because I was, a couple years behind. And I got the Kiss Alive too with the tour book and the tattoos. You know, if you wet them down and you could have the tattoos on your arm. What do you got?
All right, so side one is Death on Two Legs.
There you go. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's a masterpiece. That album.
Yeah.
And that's the one with Bohemian Rhapsody, correct? Not at the opera? Yay, nay.
Oh, no, that's on at least side 2, number 11's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's on there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the track. So number 2 is Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon. I'm in Love with My Car. You're My Best Friend.
Yeah.
39.
That's the album, dog.
Yeah.
Sweet Lady.
Yeah.
And it ends with Seaside Rendezvous. And then it goes to the Prophet Song, Love of My Life, Good Company, Bohemian Rhapsody, and God Save the Queen.
Yeah, that album hit it out of the park for me with Queen.
I got my number 8 here. Or number 9, I mean.
What do you got?
My number 9. Octung Baby. You too. Now, let me tell you something about this record. U2, when they came out, all the, clove smoking, goth, people were into the coffee shop, like, oh, here comes Dean the rocker. Yeah, we're into U2, and I was like, yeah, I like U2 too, you fucking dicks. You know what I mean? But I wasn't like a freak. Matter of fact, I tell this story all the time. My buddy Mark Baker played in this band, Liquid Sky, and he loved U2. And I told him to get the Guns N' Roses EP, And I was at a party. He goes, here, you can have this. These guys suck. They're going nowhere. And he gave me the EP on cassette, And I was like, all right, you'll see. And they became the biggest band ever. But in the meanwhile, I bought Octung Baby, I remember. And I got home and I go, this record's garbage. And I went back and I returned it, which you can't do. You know what I mean? I said, hey, yeah, this thing, it sounds horrible on my system, and I don't know what's going on. I got my money back, and I was like, whew, thank God, And then I saw U2 about a month later on that tour. I took some mushrooms. I was at the Oakland Coliseum. They had the Mini Coopers flying around. They come out. He comes out as the Fly, Bono, and it was religious. And I fucking fell in love with that record. I went back and bought it the next day. And I played it like every week my whole life. And it's a masterpiece to me. It's a journey, just like that Fear of the Black Planet. It's a fucking smoker, man.
The U2 album that cut it for me was the one in '87 that they're doing a tour on now.
Yeah.
Joshua Tree. But my original love is War.
War. Yep.
With Refugee and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's 85 for me. Living in a hotel room in the Tenderloin.
Yeah.
In San Francisco, Robin.
Yeah.
And all we had was that little cassette deck, me and the girl. We had War, we had Belly.
Oh,
no, we didn't have Belly. We had a...
Boy.
Oh, my God. No. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I just... from time to time, they come into my mind.
Yeah.
We had those 2 albums. We were like fugitives. I was a fugitive.
Yeah.
Living in a little fucking Virginian hotel, which is now the whatever.
U2, Fugitive Rock.
U2. War was my fucking album.
Yeah.
So that has Sade.
Oh.
The first 2 Sade albums.
Dude.
Are up there in my world.
I slotted it in there. It came out. It came in and out of my list today. In and out. Kept coming out. What's the one? Diamond Life?
Diamond Life.
Yeah. Oh, I saw her on one of those tours.
85, I think I saw. 86.
Dude, I saw her live. I still cannot fucking get it. Whenever I see Tony Baker, we both love her still now. And we're forgetting the part of the memories, as far as like why something hits you so hard. That was a fantastic girlfriend that I had at the time for like 7 years. And she loved Sade, and I got turned on to it. And then we went and saw her. And whenever I think about, when I hear it, it takes me back to that relationship, And that relationship was just gone because I was playing rock and roll.
Bronski Beat.
What?
Bronski Beat.
What's that?
You don't remember Bronski Beat?
No.
Put on Bronski Beat. BRONSKI B-E-A-T. They put out about 2 albums.
That's the name of the band?
Yeah, it was ex-members from something. When I got to Boulder, this was the album that summer that the people at Pogo's and all those places listened to.
Yeah.
This was the end album and shit right here.
I don't know that. How do I not know it? What's the hit song? I fucking don't know this at all.
Let's go with the Small Town Boy.
Yeah, the thing's got 27 million views.
Jesus, yeah.
Holy smokes. Let me hear it.
This was the first of this music.
Right.
And then it blew up and these guys wanted the shitter. This is what the girl I was dating at the time listened to.
There's that drum machine. All the bands sound like this back then.
This is 85.
Yeah.
This is it.
Program, bass, and drums.
And 3 guys jumping up and down.
Yeah. Yep.
And a budget for a video.
Yep.
A cool video, and they hooked you.
I mean, this sounds just like Duran Duran and all that. You know?
Hey, put on White Lines by Duran Duran. I played this last week, and somebody was listening. Oh, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I saw them do it one night late, like on Letterman, and I blew my mind. I always knew Duran Duran had fucking balls.
Fucking great. White Lines rocking.
This is tremendous.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers this shit.
Oh, yeah, man.
This is fucking awesome.
Here we go. Hey, look at him. Just whipped a line of blow. Rubbing his nose. There we go. It's great. Muscle.
This is fucking tremendous.
So good. Look at that. They look great. Hiya.
What's the singer's name in Simon Le Bon?
Yep. This is fucking great.
Look at the fucking hairdo, the Simon Le Bon hairdo. That's your next haircut.
Yeah, that's before Oasis, kids. So good. I love this, man.
You know, there were some bands that you look at and you go, wow, my girlfriend likes them, or my gay cousin likes them, or whatever. And you look at them and they go, oh, the band's kind of gay. When I saw them, I always knew there was something to them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I still remember being 21 in Colorado, and they had just gotten banned.
Yeah.
Something happened. Like, already then, they were there's a song they did, and they fucking cut, like, a video of the chicks' pussies, and MTV played
cut them out.
Yeah. That's when somebody could drop it off and go, put it on, don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're all good.
Cut? We're good? Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the chick's tip would be flying through the air.
So did a video come into consideration tonight? Did like a really awesome video make an album that much better?
Oh, fuck yeah.
The 80s, the video, listen, you would stay in to watch world premieres.
Yeah.
I still remember Thriller premiering.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I can't imagine, there was no internet counts. Nobody was watching.
It had to be half the fucking world.
Nobody was really watching. And Michael Jackson did it perfectly in those days. He dropped a single on you in September. Like a fucked up kind of single. Then he dropped one on you to make you dance.
Yeah.
He took over. His plan, like, what's going on? The other day we were talking about this, Lee and I, about plans. There's no more planning in show business unless you show up with a very big envelope, and even then the planning is weak. I.e., the guy from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
They took that guy to be a movie star. Ain't gonna happen. He came out with 3 bombs.
Yeah, crazy,
Now,
right?
this is a guy that made $7.50 an episode on cable TV. He could sink the ship on network TV if he wants to. I told my agent, listen, tell him, knock the shit. Movies are a rough racket, and there's 2,000 coming out every week.
Yep.
It's a rough racket, guy. Stay in TV and build a movie career up.
Totally.
Be selective. That's what you tell your people. Not anymore. With Michael Jackson, he did it very strategically. He released the song, and then he waited till the fucking Motown 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
And he destroyed America. He
Just moonwalks it.
He just moonwalked them and leveled them. And then from there, he just started dropping bombs on your moms. Then the Thriller video came out, and by that time, he had 20 little kids up at the farm, and nobody was going to see him for 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Ranch.
It was fucking crazy. And even those albums, like you look at, I could sit here and go, yeah, Thriller's one of the greatest albums of all time. We all know that. And Thriller's a great album for me.
Yeah.
Brings back a lot of memories, but not enough.
Off the Wall to me is a better one.
One video that always destroyed me.
Yeah.
And guys, like I said, Wednesday nights for me in the 80s was Dynasty.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Dynasty was what you did with a chick you wanted to bang.
Yeah.
You stayed at home with her on Wednesday night. You swapped a little spit, but you always bizzed out of there because she had to get for work the next morning.
Yeah.
So you left.
It's so true, Joey.
You left and met your friends at 10:30 and still snorted coke till 3 in the morning, and nobody knows nothing. That was the plan.
They didn't know you're snuggling on the couch going, I love Dynasty with you, baby.
They think you're going home. They don't know you're going to meet the fucking gorillas to do Method and Method to do Hall and Company. They don't know.
Yeah.
So
it's
now,
so true, dude. I'd be out just tooted up,
that's
playing
it.
rock and roll.
That's it. And they call you at 8. How was your night? Oh my God. I went to bed at 10:30. I was tired. Fuck you. I was out
10:30
sucking
the
some
next day.
chick's tits with fucking beer on them and shit. I got a weird flavor in my mouth, and you want to know what type of... That's when you're young. That's the type of shit you do. You know?
It's so true, man. I used to just once a week I would watch Seinfeld with my girl. You know, we had like that TV night. We'd watch some Seinfeld, and she would make me mac and cheese and steak. You know, steak and mac and cheese, the Velveeta shells one with the cheese and the gooey cheese in the bag.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
You know,
to me it was like, that's the high tit shit.
That's part of it. That's
Yeah.
part of the allure.
Oh,
Like,
totally.
all she needs is dirty feet, and you're there for the night. You know
Then
what
some
I'm saying?
tapioca pudding, and it was just on.
MTV was doing premieres, and this particular Wednesday night, I went over to this girl's house, and the big decision was whether to watch the premiere of this video or fucking watch Dynasty.
Oh, shit.
And Dynasty was getting deep.
Yeah.
Dexter was getting in with the fucking queen's wife with the chick's daughter. So, you know, the name of the video is Smuggler's Blues.
Oh, yeah. Great
Let
one.
me tell you something. I was in the room, to be honest with you, I was with a girl, another girl, and her boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
And we had done in those nights, we would get a quarter gram of coke and just do little blast. And we'd get together about 7:30, and we'd watch TV till about 10:15. By 10:15, you couldn't wait to get the fuck out of there to go fucking the second one to go do your drugs. This video just came on.
Yeah.
You're sitting there going, "What the fuck is this shit?"
So great.
No music.
I think maybe they might have taken it off of the video.
Glenn Fry.
While I was talking to you, I was thinking about this video, and let me tell you how strong the video was.
Yeah.
You don't even see a band.
Yeah. Not at all.
You don't see a band in this video. Keep going up. There's another one. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh,
Damn.
They took it down, these motherfuckers.
Fucking. Oh, there's one. Right there. Smuggler's Blues.
I think it's a playlist.
Bastard.
Yeah, they took it down.
Motherfucker.
Shit. I love that. Eagle Smuggler's Blues. Glenn Fry coked up. That's the description.
Let me try one more time, just to make sure.
Yeah. Fucking great song.
You know, those videos would make you get up the next morning and run to the fucking... And MTV did it perfectly. You know, it was all a part of the fucking promotion.
Yeah.
So everybody was fucking ill, and so you got up the next day and you were ready to fucking go. Now scroll on that one. Scroll on that one. Scroll. There it is right there. No. On the side. On the fucking right-hand side.
I hear you. Which one?
All the way down. Boom. There it is. Click on that one. See
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he,
Audio track removed.
Oh, wow. Audio track removed, bastards.
And that's how it starts. They're in there sweating bullets. They hear the fucking guns getting fired.
I love
and it just grabbed you.
Yeah.
This had to be 84 when cocaine was on fire.
Oh, Miami
This
Vice
song
was huge.
fueled fucking everything. You know, another album that I would hate to say it, but you know what's a masterpiece?
Yeah.
The Long Run.
I say always.
The Long Run.
It's to me that record. Look, Hotel California, of course, but to me, it's the long run, man.
The long
it's
run.
the long
fits.
run.
From Greeks Don't Want No Freaks.
Oh,
to fucking there's so
them
many
shoes.
songs. Them shoes, yeah.
In the city.
In the city, there's a bunch of shit on there.
Oh, the song "The Long Run."
You know, you can't find them shoes on fucking YouTube.
Really?
They took a bunch of those down, the Eagles.
Let me tell you something, Joey. I saw it last week. I'm just YouTubing like you, and I see this Eagles 76 Turn to Stone, which is a Joe Walsh song. It's probably one of the best live clips I've ever seen in my life. 76 Eagles Turn to Stone. Don Felder and Joe Walsh destroying the guitars. I can't even believe how good it is. It's beyond, like, to me, it's up there with Zeppelin. I was like, look at this fucking band in 76. They're killing people. You should check that out. It is unbelievable how crushing they are.
You know, and I've always said this, and I've reached out to his people 3 times.
Yeah.
I love Don Felder.
Love him.
As a guitarist, I love Don Felder. He's the kiss of death.
Yep.
Because nobody retouched him. Nobody even called him to
He got blackballed or something for sure.
Something happened.
Yeah.
And here's a guy that if anybody could play the guitar, it's that guy. And he's underrated as shit. He's like Joe Perry. Joe Perry's a lethal weapon.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe me, you put on fucking either Rocks or
Get Your Wings.
Get Your Wings.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many albums that again, we could sit here and tell you Prince Purple Rain, but it's not.
No.
It's 1999.
To me, it's Sign of the Times.
Sign of the Times.
I put it in my
also
top
very
10.
good.
It's in my
Really?
top 10. 100%. It's a double album. It's all funk. It's some of the best songs he ever did. I think it's a masterpiece, and it blows me away every time. I listen to it always. I got it on vinyl, and it is the best record I think he ever did.
You know what? I got to put that on my list.
It is.
See, you remind me. That's why I wanted to do this with you. I was going to do it with Rudy, but Rudy more is a heavy metal guy. You would cover everything.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do your top like 10 and 9, or what do you want to do it? How do you want to do it?
I mean,
we're just going.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
Because I think it'd be cool if you guys both got to one at the same time.
Oh yeah,
I'm learning.
Yeah,
you know, with me, I have a lot of different shit. I think that I think Highway to Hell's a masterpiece.
Absolutely.
I think Super Unknown's a masterpiece.
Yep.
I think Eat a Peach is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
We were talking about this band before, and we opened up the show with this band.
Beatles.
I think Abbey Road is a masterpiece. But when it comes to the Beatles, they have 3 albums that I think are real masterpieces.
Yeah.
That one, Abbey Road, and the one with the fucking waves on it when they really get fucking crazy. And then Let It Be.
Yeah.
And then Let It Be. You know?
Yeah.
So with the Beatles, you're always... And if you would ask me this 20 years ago, I wouldn't have told you Let It Be is on there.
Beatles wouldn't have been... 20 years ago, that's my point. 20 years ago, the Beatles wouldn't have been in there for me at all. I'd be like, nah, I'm not down with that.
Another album that I always thought was a masterpiece, and it just meant something to me, was The Pretenders 1 and 2.
Smoking.
I can't tell you... I don't know if it's her voice, the guitars, the energy, There's times I hear that those first 2 albums and I can't believe
Yeah,
her band
so
was
underrated.
that fucking underrated. There's just, and like I said, I had a list that was longer than this.
Oh yeah,
I
me
just
too.
kept putting things on there. Again, you go, Joey, where's heavy metal put out a lot of masterpieces.
They did. They
And,
did.
from Pantera, what's the one Pantera? Not the one with piss on it.
Oh,
in their own vein, if you listen to that album, you go, they were onto something. But
Yeah.
look how they did this.
yeah.
High and Dry by Def Leppard
Dude, I had that on there
and
too.
Pyromania,
Yeah.
I think are 2 fucking masterpieces.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I had High and Dry on there. How about this one for you, Joey? To me. And this is a Clash London Calling.
About a week ago, I'm making a left turn onto one of the streets close to here. And one of those jams is on.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to it and I'm going to myself, you know what? I hate to say this. I really tried to like the Clash.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never got over the hump. I
Wow.
never got it.
Yeah.
I never fully got it.
Yeah.
And I liked that punk scene to an extreme. I just never got that.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's why the world is.
Absolutely.
That's why
and
the
and,
world
and it
is.
might hit you later on. Like I tweet every year on New Year's Day, gonna try the Who again. Every year. Gonna try the Who again.
You don't like the Who?
I
huh?
like the Who, but I'm trying to get into all the stuff. I saw the Who in '82 on the farewell tour, blew my
Tremendous.
fucking mind,
Blew the
my
doors.
fucking mind, and the Clash opened that show.
Yes, I saw that on.
So the Who are always like 5th or 6th to me when I'm throwing on some classic rock. It's like Zeppelin, and then it's the Stones, and then it's the Beatles, and then it's Neil Young, that kind of stuff, and then it's the Who. But I love the Who. I respect everything about them, but it's not my go-to. But the Clash, London Calling, and Give 'Em Enough Rope. These records are so crazy to me because they're like a punk rock band on their first record, but then they become like ska, reggae, almost rockabilly, punk, all this shit on that London Calling. It goes on this journey. You're like, what the fuck? They're like all kinds of different influences, but it's the Clash. And I just love their look, their sound, what they stood for, everything about it. It's just a crushing record. But you might want to check out Give 'Em Enough Rope, because that's a crazy cool record.
Yeah, because I had London Calling, and I wasn't crazy about it.
Right.
And I didn't get the whole hype behind it. And then, you have to be maybe, I don't know what it was. And there's a lot of bands that you just don't understand.
Absolutely.
And when I was young, I would disagree with people. And as I got older, I'm like, what is disagreement? That's what makes the world go round.
Yeah,
is that
exactly.
everybody has their own fucking taste.
Yeah.
And they break it down to you. Sometimes somebody will sell you something in a certain way that you'll give it a try.
Yep.
Most of the time, people try to sell you something, you go home, put it in a pile, and your wife throws it away, or your roommate takes it and gets $3 at the record store.
Yeah.
It's the way people present it to me.
Yep.
Listen to track 3 and take it from there.
Exactly. I always send the person the track.
That's what I tell people all the time.
Yeah.
When people and I know when somebody's selling me junk by the way they sell it to me.
Yeah.
Take this a listen. That's junk.
Yep.
You have certain, and I listen to everything.
Yeah.
Anybody who gives me something, eventually it comes on in the car. I'll take 3 CDs in, put them in, and eventually, but
Yeah.
I like when people have, because that song has a certain meaning to them. With Super Unknown, for example.
Yeah.
Fell on Black Days, I was going through that.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard those lyrics, the hairs on my neck stood up. I was like doing something in that small, rocky living room with the bench and the TV, and where I lived in Boulder, and that video was playing. And I just stopped. And I just knelt and said, he's singing about what I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
I'm at war with these fucking people. I want to be a dad, but guess what? I want to be a fucking comic too. I'm in battle with myself. I'm in my own fucking prison, you know? And it was like worse than being in prison. Prison would have been easier to that time I was going through.
Jesus.
So I really attached myself to that album. Like that was the first time Super Unknown opened the door for my love for Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be honest with people how it went for me. It was Super Unknown, Alice in Chains, Temple of the Dog.
Unbelievable.
Then I got into Pearl Jam.
Right.
Pearl Jam on the other one, is that the name of the first one?
10.
10?
Yep.
Another masterpiece. All
Unbelievable.
of What You Want. Oh, Joey, it's a commercial album.
Fuck you.
Put it on again. Yeah. Listen to both sides and send me a fucking email, cocksucker. That album is still a fucking masterpiece.
Yep.
25 fucking years later. That's the album that I always told you that there was a lapse in my music because I got the drugs.
Of course.
I went to prison.
It's like me with comedy.
I was trying to learn fucking life.
Yep.
I didn't have time to sit there like a mongoloid in the old days and do a gram of blow and rock out
headphones
the fucking,
on.
Headphones on and get paranoid and rock out the fucking, whatever I would listen to. There was a period I got to go from maybe... I probably went music blank. And when I say music blank to you is that wherever I lived, I had like a cassette player and I had 4 cassettes. And that's what I would rotate.
Yeah,
and there would be like the B-52s.
Yeah.
A double album. Remember in the old days, you'd get 2 albums on a cassette.
2 cassettes.
On
they
one.
Flip out.
Yeah, they flip out.
That's the sign of the times for me, Prince.
And they flip out.
Yeah.
And I would always have like something by Sabbath.
Yeah.
And I'd have like Sade and the Beatles.
Yeah.
And I never listened to anything outside. Like the radio in the car never went on.
Yeah.
You know, my roommate listened to talk radio, which made me despise all that shit. Because he would lay there like a bumpy and smoke cigarettes and argue with the radio about sports.
Oh, fuck that.
Next year they're going to trade.
Can't stand that.
They're going to trade
sports
the Knicks.
Radio talk.
Oh my God! And
this is a caller 4. Yeah, I think if they just put in Guy Ritchie one more time, he would have thrown long.
God.
Fuck you.
And he would listen to it all night.
Oh, I used to love it.
Argue with the radio. And then when he'd get really drunk and coked up, he would make the call. And I'd be waking up to fuck you. Fuck you. Did you hang up? You suck balls.
Did you hang up?
Yeah, like that type of shit. I would wake up to that.
Yeah.
So all that shit. So I got shut off from music.
Yeah.
Maybe like in 86.
That's how it was with comedy. Right after Chris Rock, Seinfeld, and Martin, I think it's maybe around mid-90s, then I'm out of comedy completely until about 2000, whenever Chappelle's show comes on. And then I start hanging at the Laugh Factory. Jay Davis is doing that show. But I don't know any comics from like maybe 95, 6 to 2000 something, completely nothing. I didn't even think about comedy, nothing. There's 3 guys for me. It was like Chris Rock, Seinfeld, and Martin. Those were the dudes, and I'd go see them live every time they came.
I was a comedy fan growing up, but let's face it, I was a Richard Pryor album fan.
Yeah, right.
I liked albums. When the live movie went out, I went to see it, but I never in my wildest dream ever thought of going to a comedy club.
I would go see it, and I couldn't even believe it. I saw Seinfeld and Chris Rock at the Paramount Theater, and I stepped on that stage a couple years ago, the same spot.
Oh, cool.
And I looked at the seat I sat at for Chris Rock, and I was like, I was sitting right there, man, watching him do these fucking jokes, and here I am right now. It's so bizarre.
It's bizarre.
I know, right? That is bizarre.
It's really bizarre.
I love to see comedy live. I used to go, man.
No, I would never, because I want to do coke and talk.
Yeah. That's
you
great.
You can't talk. Like, I knew that from day one.
Well, I do coke after.
And then my friends and me would do coke and not talk to each other.
Oh, yeah.
We'd just look, but no. We were,
I always went with a girl. It was like a date thing.
Never even thought about it. Never dreamt about it. I thought, like I said, I always thought that you would get like a friend of yours would come up to you and go, "Psst, come here. they're taping tomorrow night at this club. Some comedians are going to be there. And a comedian would walk in, do his fucking time, and he didn't even write it. Like, he had done it on the spot.
Oh, yeah, I thought that for sure.
So that's how confused I was.
I definitely thought that when I started, and then I started going to the factory, and I was like, these guys are doing the same stuff all the time. When I do comedy, I'm just going to do new stuff every night. Oh, fuck it.
It's funny. I probably went to 10 concerts and hated the experience because I didn't like the conversion of the sound.
Right.
Like, the first time I saw Aerosmith, I fucking cried.
Yeah.
It was a stadium.
Yeah.
And I expected to hear...
sonically, like the record.
Yeah. And I
all
cried.
the nuances.
I couldn't live with it. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And it took me maybe 5 years. And I listened to The Song Remains the Same, and then I got it. And once I got into comedy, I really got it.
Totally.
Once you get into comedy, you go,
oh, they're riffing.
Now I know. But I also remembered interview, one of the best interviews I ever heard. Robert Plant on that Bing whatever comedy thing. That there used to be a music show on Sunday nights that was syndicated across the country.
Oh, Tom.
In fact, I met him at Studio City one night at the coffee shop.
The guy that died a couple years ago, Bruce Coburn or whatever.
No.
Rockline.
No. This guy had the King Biscuit Flour.
Oh, I love that King Biscuit Flour.
King Biscuit Flour.
Yeah.
So I listened to Robert Plant one night on there. Like, I was driving or something, and that was on, and it was very intriguing what he was talking about. He was talking about, listen, we were doing the biggest venue in the world at the time. And then he goes, virtually it still is, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
He goes, if you rock a place, that's the place you have to blow up. Like, in our mind, when we went in, we had a plan. We were going to blow up that stage by Friday.
Yeah.
We wanted them just to fucking burn by Friday. You know, he gave a really brilliant interview, but he also goes, Jimmy Page was the best I ever saw him on that 5-day run.
Wow.
By the third night, he did things to that guitar that you couldn't humanly possibly do. And I listened to his words and the tone, and I put The Song Remains the Same back on. And that's when I realized how strong of a band they really fucking were.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had seen at that time, I'd gone to over 100 concerts.
Wow.
But I had never saw anything with the impact that they had. All I could wish was to be there in 75.
I know, right?
If I have any regrets is not being there in 75 as a 12-year-old. But it would have killed me. I would have ended up in prison at 14.
Yeah,
It would have
totally.
been a horrible experience. Somebody would have dosed me with acid. You know, I've seen that concert 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And I've learned to appreciate that sometimes you have to improvise. But if you improvise in rock, you have to make it a lot better. When you improvise and it's shit, it's horrible. Then I think about Aerosmith, and I think about how they were just drugged out.
Some people can play on heroin and some can't.
But it seemed like every time I saw them, now in hindsight, they were just a fucking mess.
Yeah.
And when I read the book, I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right.
You know, they were a fucking mess.
The concert was just the thing they had to go do in the middle of all their drugs.
It
know?
really was.
Yeah.
You know, it really is a mess what those guys got them. Like Justin Bieber's crazy.
Fuck
You didn't
yeah.
know Aerosmith on the 78 and the 75 tour. You have no fucking idea what they were doing.
See you later, man. I'll show you crazy. You just whip up one of their shows like Dan the Green and look at them. When I saw them at Monsters of Rock, and you just look at them, they're like just stone cold junkies. Stone cold junkies up there, just somehow standing up in the wind and playing, and you're like, how are they even alive? You know, because you're touring, you're not sleeping, you're just doing drugs and booze. How are you alive? It's crazy what your body can put up with for a long time and then taps out. You know, look at those guys still alive right now. Crazy. Outliving them all. Outliving them all.
And Dean, I mean, you were in that industry. Like, what? I can't imagine you guys going to a comedy club strung out on heroin.
I know.
And doing your jokes.
Mitch Hedberg, man. I mean, he did it for years, but to me, I love to be on stone cold sober because the feeling of it of like, ooh, I'm eating a dick right now, or ooh, I'm killing, or fuck this side sucks over here. The back's good, or whatever. The feelings I get from it are my high now, big time, man. As corny as that might sound, it's like, fuck. Last night I had a set at the Laugh Factory where I was so fucking high. It was right up there with any kind of drugs I did. I stepped up. I don't even remember stepping off the stage. I remember Frazier coming up going, "Good set, kid." And I was just floating off. Like when everything's working, the crowd work, the material, everything's all mixing perfect. That shit is nuts, man.
It's a different high.
It is.
I still can't imagine. Like when I think about, and I talked about this on Rogan. I got a lot of heat. Like those musicians who were on fucking drugs were sensational back then. I mean, Clapton was fucked up.
Great.
Keith Richards was fucked up. For a while, Mick Jagger was fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, you read that. I mean, Nicky Six, Jesus fucking Christ.
The guy fucking...
He took it to a different fucking level. He said, you know what? Belushi could suck my dick.
Yeah.
That's basically what he said. He goes, Belushi was a fucking pussy.
He's a rookie. I'm smoking crack on a private jet on the way to play a gig in front of 60,000, he's telling me. You know? They sell out the Oakland Coliseum on the Girls, Girls, Girls tour. They're at soundcheck, no Nicky Six. Biggest show, you know, in the States. Where the fuck is he? He's back home in L.A. smoking crack. They fly this private jet to Van Nuys. They drive to his house, kick down the door, grab him, put him in the private jet, fly straight into Oakland. He's there about 8:30, smoking crack, doing heroin, goes on, plays a gig. He doesn't even remember, and I tell him, one of the best shows I've ever seen. He's like, I don't even remember that gig. I do remember them picking me up, and then I flew home on the private jet solo. All the guys were furious at me. Fucking doesn't even heroin and crack, smoking crack on the jet. Oh my God. Fucking radical. 60,000 people. Girls, Girls, Girls tour. That kind of shit is, you know, like I always say, drugs make great. For a long time, they make great art. And then either guy dies or they crash and burn or they sober up. But wow, there's a quick little window there where great shit happens.
You know.
Not necessarily, but like it's tough. Like with all these enablers are crazy. How can they go on tour? That's what I was getting to. Is just like the people that let them.
It's part
survive
of the glue that makes the machine roll, that makes the cash roll in.
Yeah, it's all money.
4 nights a week, 18 fucking week tour.
Yeah.
$16.50 minimum ticket at the door. You do the fucking math, Lee. It's a money making fucking
steamroller
machine.
Of money.
You give them whatever it takes to get on stage that fucking night. You understand me? I don't give a fuck if you gotta shock them with electricity and fucking nitrous oxide pills to the heart.
We got t-shirts to sell.
You have an investment to make and t-shirts to sell.
Yeah.
If that's how they choose to live their lives, that's what you get to the stuff which Lee, you gotta imagine I'm fucking 11, 12. I'm getting into music. I'm smoking dope once every 3 months. And you would smoke pot in those days at 7 o'clock at night. You'd be fucking critically high.
Yeah.
Till 9:30.
Tree fort high.
Till you went to Blimpie Base and got a foot-long roast beef and cheese.
Yeah.
With everything, chips, a chocolate chip cookie. This was before the combo.
Fuck
you
yeah.
just killed it. And then you put Visine in your eyes. You fucking drank Banaka. And you fucking walked home and prayed to God your parents didn't see you. And you slept so fucking hard that night.
Yeah, man.
You woke up with a weed hangover going, I'll never do that again. I mean, so I didn't understand the whole concept of music, how it.
Yeah.
So music was something, I liked, but it didn't really bang me till I met where music met marijuana.
Yeah.
That's what sparked my fucking curiosity after that. And then their lifestyles. Like, I still remember plain as day, Dean Delray. And if I have to remember names, it would take me an hour.
Yep.
But I still remember being on 38th Street Court in North Bergen, New Jersey, being 12, like in the 7th grade, maybe, and listening to these older guys that were talking about how, listen, man, word on the street is Aerosmith is done. That's what I heard. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. They're all done. They're on heroin. Word on them. I'm telling you, they're done, bro. They were going to break up. They're barely talking. I still remember them bullshitting about it. And one guy that was not argumentative, he didn't say much, a couple months later, walked up to those same guys on the court and said, hey, did you get the new Aerosmith album? And it was the one with the diamonds.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never, ever forget
Rocks.
that. And it was a fucking masterpiece.
Oh.
Another destruction masterpiece in the middle of not speaking. Now when you get the book and you see what they were going through to put together that album, and if you've ever been an addict, if you close your eyes and take yourself, you go, I don't know how they did it. Joe Perry would have sign a list. You had to sign yourself into the studio. Since Joe Perry and Tyler didn't talk, they would have to be in the studio to lay their tracks on different times.
Yeah, Black Crow style.
So they would go in at 1, Perry would go in at 1. You know, he would barely make it in there at 1 from the heroin.
Yeah.
He would lay his track down and he'd go right back to his room in the house and lock himself in there and shoot heroin. It's you can't even...
You can't even imagine they were even making music.
All I did when I did coke was hide.
Yeah.
I couldn't even put together a bongo solo on fucking coke because I was too scared when I played the bongos, the cops would know where I was. I couldn't do anything musically. Never mind fucking heroin. Then you get a band that came along 10 years later that they were, like my friend Steve Avila always says, and I credit him for this, they were Aerosmith on steroids, a little plus. Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
And they were fucking doing junk La Babanya up there, up in Seattle, that Chinese shit.
Masterpiece Records.
Masterpiece fucking records.
All doped up, write a whole record about dope. Whole record, dirt, you know? Angry Chair, fucking all those songs are about dope, you know? And so here's a band on dope writing about dope, and you're like, wow, this is fucking great.
Phenomenal. When I heard that shit, by that time I was still in Boulder, and I was blown the fuck away. Like I kept saying Seattle, and I was always a fan of Seattle since they were in the finals with Jack Sigma, and they had one of my all-time favorite players, Downtown Freddie Brown.
Yeah.
So I always thought I remember looking at the map of it. But the most important thing was, in the comedy magazine, in the comedy newspaper, they had the coolest design of a tower bent over with a clown on the face.
Yeah.
And I circled it. I go, I always want to go to Seattle. So now, Super Unknown is out.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking Dirt. I don't know. What year did Dirt come out?
I'm not sure. Maybe 92. And then the Three-Legged Dog comes a record after that. Yeah. That record's fucking...
Which band is this? Aerosmith?
Alice in Chains. Dirt. Pretty sure it's 92. I remember this guy gave me a cassette tape. Buddy of mine, he worked in the studios. And he goes, check this out, man.
92.
92.
Brilliant. Yeah. By 95, I was hook, line, and sinker. Sorry to interrupt your story, Dean.
But the guy gave me, he goes, hey, I got the new Alice in Chains. And I loved him from Man in the Box, Facelift record, of course. But he gives me that record. It's like a couple weeks.
He gives you Dirt?
Yeah, but a couple weeks before it comes out, he's like, yeah, check it out, man. He works in the studio. I put it on, and I never took it out of the cassette player in my Toyota Tercel for the entire year.
That's what I did.
The entire fucking year.
That's what I did.
Unbelievable. Then Bones, Wood, that. Angry Chair.
I had
Rooster.
Super Unknown, that album, I got the one before Super Unknown, which I think is also could qualify.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That one with
Jesus
Rusty
Christ
Cage,
Pose.
Jesus Christ Pose.
Just got that on
looking
vinyl.
through one eye.
Oh.
Where'd you find that on vinyl?
They just re-released it. I'll get you one.
How much did you pay?
Ah, fuck, it was only like $26.
That's not bad.
I'll get it for you, dude.
I want Super Unknown.
Oh, I'll get you that too. They released them. Yeah.
Where do we? Can I find them online?
Yeah, online. No
Oh, I'll
problem.
get 'em online.
Oh, dude, let me tell you. I got it a couple weeks
Because I went to my joint.
Oh, yeah.
My other music joint. The guy goes, "You know how hard it is to get those."
Yeah.
He goes, "It's gonna be tough, but look online." He told me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I forgot all about it.
Now they re-released them. And matter of fact, I just got it and I put it on record of the day on my Instagram. And people are going crazy like, oh, this thing sounds fucking great. And it sounds...
Which one?
The Jesus Christ Pose.
Oh,
and Bad
Jesus.
Motorfinger. Bad
That is-
Motorfinger to me is the record, man. Like, I always loved Louder Than Love forever. I said it was my favorite one forever. But in the last year or so, to me, it's about Bad Motorfinger. Because Jesus Christ Pose, Rusty Cage, Good Eye Closed.
No, they got the one Bulldozers and Slaves. That is to me a fucking his voice on that jam takes you into the murky waters of heroin. You understand me?
Oh, yeah.
I mean that album like I said, I'm not gonna lie to nobody and tell you I was there from day one.
Yeah.
I had Louder Than Love. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I discovered them. No, you're right. I discovered them through Bad Motorfinger, and then Super Unknown.
Yeah, then it blows
Put
through
me
the roof.
over the top. Put me over the top.
Yeah.
Like I was like, who the fuck are these guys? And then fucking, I started listening to Alice in Chains, and then Pearl Jam was a little too much for me.
Yeah.
But listen to this.
Yep.
So now I'm getting all these signs. I'm in fucking hell living in Boulder. I'm in hell. I smacked John. I got arrested. I'm watching the baby once a week. I'm struggling with comedy. And I'm getting all these signals from Seattle. Right?
Yeah.
And I fucking take a weekend in Michigan. I meet this stripper. And she tells me, I'm getting my money together and I'm moving to Seattle. Why don't you move with me? And I'm like, so all my life, the last year, Seattle's been all over my fucking
it's a sign.
deck. And this is a sign. Come get me. And she came to Boulder. And she went to Seattle first, got an apartment. And I moved in with her like a month later. And I lived in Seattle in 95.
Yeah.
And, she played Pearl Jam every day. Because
Yeah.
her brother looked like the singer, Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
And it was such a great time because, like I said, I took such a lapse from music between the drugs and everything. But when I was in prison, I got tuned back up. In '88, the album was
Fear of the Black Planet? Or Nation? Hip Hop?
No, it was the albums that were big in there were Bobby Brown, Don't Be Cruel.
Oh, yeah. Don't Be Cruel.
Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction.
Yeah.
When you walked by the bikers or the fucking KKK dormitory. What happened, Lee? When you did that, Lee thought he was getting electrocuted.
Lee did a shocker.
A little bit.
That's
Poor Lee.
hilarious.
Lee's in hell tonight.
Yeah.
I took Lee into the murky waters.
Yeah, Lee, what do you got? 10 stars in?
I think so.
I think
Lee
so.
went deep. I got about 11 myself.
I got one more star for Lee. Here you go, buddy.
Okay,
That's a good one.
You might want to eat that one, dude.
I'm cool.
Come on.
Weird.
You don't look high at all, dude.
That's your magic star.
Hey, you don't look high at all, man.
You don't think so?
Listen, let me tell you something, Dean. Dean, we found a fucking petrified star. We found 2 of them. And we gave them to our friend.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Because I ate one of the petrified stars one time.
Yeah.
And I did it wrong. You got to chew it.
Yeah.
Too much. It's too much.
You got to chew the
It's like you
stars?
suck 10 dicks the next day. No.
Oh.
A petrified star is when it falls under the table.
Yeah.
And it gets dust on it and shit. And it gets all the molecules from the air.
Just farts and fucking...
The air dissolves the gummy.
Yeah.
So it's just pure THC when you eat it.
Oh, fuck.
So it takes you a while to chew. It takes a while for that mule to get in your bloodstream.
Yeah.
But when it does, Dean Del Rizzi, you're in a different fucking planet, Jack.
Wow.
And then one time I chopped it up and I put it in the bong.
Yeah. Oh,
We smoked it.
we smoked it.
We did. We both did.
Oh yeah. Did it get you high?
Oh, Lee was over there mumbling and humbling, fucking.
Oh, I'm coming back. I'm going to do the mushrooms.
You are going to come back and do the
Oh
mushrooms?
hell yeah, absolutely.
One of the albums surprised me with something else.
All right. I'm going to
Because you're an all. Listen,
Yep.
let me tell you something.
Yep.
For years, I ran into the most shallowest people when it came to music, and it pissed me off. That's one quality I started. I don't listen to rap music.
Yeah.
I don't like that type of shit. I don't listen to classic rock. It's bullshit. You know what? If you turn me on, I listen to it.
Yeah.
From Miley Cyrus to fucking Sessions up in the mountains to Johnny Cash. I don't give a fuck.
I don't either.
And if I don't, I listen to
No
Spanish.
rules.
With me, I listen to Spanish music. I tell you, lately I've been listening to the old Willie Colon albums, masterpieces, Dean Delray.
Yeah.
The first 3 albums are fucking masterpieces. Hit me with what you were going to tell me.
Okay, here's a record that has been in my life my entire life. And we used to live in, like, when my mom got divorced, we were broke, so we lived in this kind of a weird 2-story house, and my mom's best friend lived there, this chick named Debbie, I believe her name was. She later died, and she had a Corvette, 70s Corvette. She died in a drunk driving crash, but she moved in, and my mom was still kind of wild. And she would have these parties on Friday night, and they'd go from Friday to Sunday morning with people like, it was like, I always said my house early on was like that movie Mask, you know.
With the bikers
Yeah,
and shit
Sam
like that.
Elliott and all those guys would be at my house. You know, the bar would unload in my hut, and then they would be in there all night. Now, this record, when it came on Sunday mornings at my house, I knew that everyone was passed out and it was going to be mellow and I could just fucking chill finally. And I love this record from that day because of what it meant to me. It relaxed me. It was Carole King's Tapestry.
Yes.
Carole King's Tapestry. When that came on Sunday mornings at my house, I knew that they were all passing out, the partiers, and I knew that it was going to be chill. And to this day, when on Sundays, I'll throw it on.
Just out of respect.
Yep, and just chill around my house and put that thing on. It's a goddamn masterpiece.
Where's Tony Bennett? You're slipping. See,
No,
that's
I'm not slipping.
That's the same reason I put on that Tony Bennett.
It's unbelievable, right, Joey?
Because I didn't open up the bar with my mother that much.
Yeah.
But when I did, this was the first song she put on. And it meant the bar was open.
Right.
And that's all I was.
There's records like that, right?
This is it.
This was, they're passed out. I'm a fucking 7, 8-year-old, and I could walk around the house and I see like the shrapnel, just old Boone's Farm bottles, Boone's Farm, that fucking wine,
It's tremendous shit.
cigarette ashtray full, you know, and guys with beards laying around and chicks with long straight hair, just 70s, you know, and that record, you're so far away, doesn't anybody take it, you know, just come on. I'd be like, that's the fucking, the mellow down easy. And I worship that record. I've been trying to get Carole King on my podcast for 3 years. Just fucking blows my mind what a masterpiece that record is. You know? You ever hear it, Lee?
I haven't.
Oh my God.
We
Fuck.
don't know about Matt. We don't know nothing about Carole King.
Carole King.
The youth of today would not even understand.
Yeah.
Does that have It's Too Late, Baby?
Yep. It's too late,
It does?
baby. Now.
That's
The whole thing's it's 12 songs.
See, I grew up
masterpiece.
on that.
Yeah.
The Other Woman.
Yep.
You're talking Carole King.
Yeah.
And there was one other one. Not Joni Mitchell. But there was one other woman that I grew up on. That I listened to a lot. Anyway.
That shit is, it's got, I feel the earth move.
Right. That's a fucking masterpiece.
Unbelievable.
And you know what album also from that era was good? One of those Paul Simon and fucking whatever.
Oh,
albums.
yeah, fuck.
That one, not me and Julio down by the schoolyard. one of those albums.
Bridge
with the blue
Over Troubled
cover.
Water.
Yeah, with them both on the cover.
Right.
That was a good fucking album.
That era of those singer-songwriters like Cat Stevens, that shit, man. Cats in the Cradle and the Subs. You know, those records are so fucking good. When you put them on, you go, wow, this songwriting is beyond, you know?
They're unfollowable. Like,
Yeah.
that music was so hard to follow. Some of those albums.
Oh, my God.
And I don't know. You try to figure out what's missing.
Yeah.
What went wrong when you listen to those albums? Was it that they don't put that much money into the studio? Was it that they, who the fuck knows? What were you going to say, Lee?
I was gonna say was one of the women Barbara Streisand? I know you talked about her.
I
a
love
lot.
Barbara
I love
Streisand.
Barbara Streisand.
I love her.
No, it was Barbara Streisand. It was,
I just watched her Netflix special.
I walked into the park.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
She sang the song about it.
Yeah.
Who she sang the song about? What's the actor?
You're so vain.
You're so vain.
Carly Simon.
Carly Simon.
Fucking A, dude. And everybody wants to know who the song was about all these years.
It was about Warren Beatty.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, you know who stole their thunder?
Oh,
Nobody remembers this. A girl by the name of Rickie Lee Jones.
oh, Rickie Lee Jones. Yeah.
Chucky's in Love.
Yeah, Chucky's in Love.
She went on Saturday Night Live, Lee, on a Saturday night, and just blew it fucking up.
Fucking smoking.
I don't believe
Yeah.
what you're saying to me.
Yeah,
And then
Chucky's
she
in Love.
fucking went and took the money and ate cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Didn't she fucking
Disappear.
Oh my God, she bumped into In-N-Out Burger. She just sat at the franchise for like a year. See if you find Chucky's in Love live, Saturday Night Live, or one of those.
Yeah.
It was either Saturday Night Live or fucking
Don Kirshner's
or
rock
Don
concert, one of those.
She did one of those.
Yeah.
And that fucking video, that Monday, I remember going back to school.
Yeah.
And that was it. Everybody was Chucky fucking in love.
Yeah.
Chucky's in love with everybody. Everybody was singing it. It was everybody's fucking song.
So great.
Everybody
right?
was holding fucking hands to it.
I-E or Y at the end.
Who the fuck knows? Chucky, see? All of a sudden, I'm the spelling bee champion and shit. CHUCKY.
Champion. It's like
the
barely beginner level. It's like beginner level.
Nah, they would throw you in a fucking one of those.
Chucky's in
And that's how
Love.
they throw you off.
They'll throw you
You're
the
getting ready
Chucky?
for a big word, and they hit you with Chucky.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
have been
that-
getting ready
that
for
does
Chucky.
fuck you up, actually.
That's how they do it.
You're waiting like for...
Did you see what they did on fucking Jeopardy last week?
Oh.
Did you watch
Oh,
that
I
clip?
did. But he on the
gangster rap?
Yeah, he said
Gangsta instead of gangster?
Yeah, they,
Or vice
robbed
versa?
him.
The other way around. Yeah.
It's supposed to be gangsta.
Yeah.
And they give him the points, and then about 2 minutes later, they go, "We're sorry, Bill. Our judges came in and they said that you said gangster when
was
it's
cold.
gangsta."
That was cold-blooded. I might put him on 6-month probation.
I would have been so furious, man. Oh my god.
Chucky's in love.
Wait, who did he put on probation?
Fucking Jeopardy or whatever. I'm done with him. You can't be doing that to people.
Alex
Fuck
Trebek?
Alex Trebek. Fuck fucking Jeff Sessions. Fuck Alex Trebek. Fuck them all. See when Chucky's in love. Fucking will you please, for the love of Christ.
Wait.
Chucky, see.
Lee is loaded.
See.
He's not even near the keyboard.
I'm near the keyboard.
There you go. See, yeah.
Chucky.
Chucky's in love. There it is.
Right there.
Chucky in love.
Whatever. Play it.
Yeah, there it is. But
Got
let's
it.
find the live one. 79.
Scroll down, Lee
Yeah.
Leland. Let's see if we see the live one.
Yeah. Oh, what's that?
all right.
16.
Yeah, put her on there. This is her fucking
Cheeseburgered up.
trying to cheeseburger it up. Go ahead,
Cheeseburgered
Oh my God,
up.
you guys are terrible. Cheeseburger up. Oh, she's not even that big.
Nah.
Lee. Nah, but why would you put a hat on to throw you off? Why look at the hips when you look at the hat?
Where's the sound, Lee? She looks like a biker.
Come you don't come and PLP with me.
Oh my God, she's skinny.
Down at the meter no more.
All right.
She still
Click it
sounds
back
good.
to the video.
Come you turned off this TV.
Click it back to the video.
She's trying to do a weird version.
Right.
On the door.
But she was badass with this song.
Oh, yeah.
This is if you went to see her in '80,
Yeah.
she did this song for an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
You joined in, you sang in with her.
Totally.
It was like a fucking kumbaya.
Yeah.
Lee, click it back to the regular video, please. Watch what she looked like in 1979.
Yeah.
I thought it was earlier than that.
Yeah, me too.
Right there, the third.
Yeah, right there. The
first
top
one
one's
up on
fine.
top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, they're not gonna fucking show her this.
Oh.
These
This
fucking
just the song?
animals. Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm looking to that Santana Soul Sacrifice
Oh,
Woodstock.
Jesus Christ.
One of the best ever.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Woodstock Santana. I just got that on vinyl. They just released it.
You know, Rudy was talking about a Santana album. That's the best one. It's not. He gave me the name.
Yeah.
He said that they have like the fourth album, the fifth album, or
Right.
something. Yeah, scroll it down, buddy. See what you get. No, that's the album too. These motherfuckers.
Yeah, where's the
They throw a
look at
curveball.
Chucky. Then Chucky comes up.
Fucking
Hilarious.
hysterical.
Oh my God.
All
All right, I got another record that's gonna here's another record I think is an absolute masterpiece, and I don't know if you ever listened to it, but it's by this band, you know, Wilco. Wilco is like one of my favorite bands, hands down. And they put out a record called Be In There. And it's an absolute masterpiece. It's a double record. And it's by far one of my favorite records ever.
Hold on, Lee found the video.
Is this it?
Oh, you found it?
Let's see what this is.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. She got the red beret. Here we go.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. So 70s. All the bands back then looked like this. You had the sax player. The one-hit wonder.
Yeah, this is big. This is big. Nobody remembers this shit no more. Turn it off, will you?
Massive
I'm
big.
getting fucking depressed. Yeah, this is big.
Oh, man.
This is when I still live with my mother. I had a house. And
She's
shit.
probably still touring on that tour, and if she's alive still, you know?
No.
You know what, man?
Oh, yeah, we just saw that
Yeah,
16
I
video.
think she put out some albums after that. You know, she just listen. There's a lot of people just because you don't hear about them.
Yeah.
They're not putting out albums.
Oh, yeah.
They kept that core fan base enough for the studios or the record companies to believe that they could break even on them. Worst
Totally.
case scenario, they do a little tour, which again you don't hear about.
Yeah.
You know, and you just look at all these bands that are coming back.
Yeah.
They're fucking, and half the bands aren't even in.
People say that to me all the time. They go, hey, what happened to the Wallflowers? I go, man, they got like 7 records out. They've been touring since that big one, and the fucking records are phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. Bruce Springsteen just named his 10 favorite songwriters in the last 20 years, and he said Jacob Dylan was number 2 for this record he did. I think it's called Women in Love or something. I forget the name of it, but he named it number 2. Bruce Springsteen, man. It's like, you know, people are out there working and people just drop off. It's like with the Black Crowes. People always ask me, whatever happened to them after their first record? I'm like, oh, well, they put out like 5 masterpieces after that. You know, what happened to you? You know, why did you drop off? It's so weird, you know?
When I was really, really into music, I was on it. You know,
Yeah.
those years.
Yep.
Before I realized that life came in, life was more important than,
Yeah.
you know, guess what's going to go on sale next Thursday? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's all you lived about. When that was your biggest worry, was what was going to go on sale next fucking Thursday.
I
It was a
never
different life.
forgot it'd be Tuesday. They would come out. I'd be at that Tower Records.
Tuesday.
And the guy would have it
Would you
on.
play hooky?
I would go right after school, like 3 o'clock. I'd go straight down there, and I would
No
hang.
line?
Sometimes if it was fucking something coming out, you know, like you would have to wait in line, like later
And I
on.
remember by the time you got there, you go, what do you got?
Yeah.
And they go, all right, we got these seats here, but they're $25. I don't think you want those. What do you think, bro? Can you spring the extra $5? Because on the way there, you have like a budget.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I can only go 20 if I have to. Still got to get home. And I want to buy a Quaalude from Nicky Barnes. And you're like, listen, come on, give us the tickets. Because they wouldn't negotiate.
Yeah.
Once you went to that window, that's what they have. We got $25 seats, we got $15 seats, and we got $3 seats.
Yeah.
That's it. Take your pick. And you're like, all right, I'll take the 15 and sneak down. Because that's what you would do.
Fuck yeah, sneak down always.
You go, where's the $25 seats?
Yeah.
And they'd show them to you what seats were open. And you'd pick the ones that you thought they wouldn't sell.
Yeah.
And then you said, all right, give me the $15 seats close to that seat. So you could just swivel your way. After the third song,
oh, yeah,
you just swivel your way over there like Don Suave.
Some of the security got cut after the concert started.
After the third song.
You know what I'd do? Is every time, right when the lights drop and the people are going crazy for the band, right when they're walking on, the lights drop, they got the intro. As soon as that happens, I'm gone into the front.
Yeah, you would know.
They don't even notice.
Yeah, you would know.
Because people turn around, there's fire always like, gone. There I am in the front every fucking time on the rail. My shirts all had black lines on them from being on the rail all night. You know, just wood rail, just pressed up, fucked up ribs. Front row.
Candy-O.
Oh, man.
Another one with sentimental reasons.
Yeah.
But you listen to it today, I always put it on the plane. I don't try to listen to it when it's around. On a plane, I listen to it in its entirely.
Oh, man.
Every fucking song I like. There's some albums that's one song, because I know you think the car is underrated. I feel the same way.
Oh, my God.
The first two albums, I loved them. I really did.
I love them
After
now.
84, I don't know. I'm not responsible for them.
Yeah.
But those first two albums, I think, I got them in the bin. They were fucking phenomenal. You know?
I even go later cars because I love that song Drive. Who's going to drive?
I like that
home?
too. That was 84.
Also love
That's
that
a
song
great album.
Cruiser.
Don't know
Big
that
City Nights Disappear, Cruiser, Ben Orr sings this song called Cruiser. It's one of the best car songs ever. Cruiser. I fucking love it. I met Rick Ocasek in New York about 2 months ago, and it floored me in a fucking deli across the street from the Stand Comedy Club. I'm in there getting a fucking protein bar. I go, that's Rick Ocasek. And the guy working there goes, yeah, man, he's here every day. I go, holy shit, I got to get a photo of him. I went up, I said, dude, I saw you on the Shake It Up tour at the Cow Palace. You had no piss tracks. He goes, what's a piss track? I go, you had no songs that I could go piss to because they were all fucking hits. And he started laughing. He goes, piss tracks. And he was cool. He took a picture with me, and I was like fucking in heaven. And they just got in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last 2 weeks ago. Fucking great. Finally, after their fourth try. I'm like, are you kidding me? Look at these songs. Go to the greatest hits right now on iTunes. The greatest hits. It's got 15 hits, and they're not in the Hall of Fame first round? Fuck you. It's crazy.
I gotta tell you something. I think the first album is very good also.
Oh, fuck.
Very, very, for a first, you know, you gotta remember, again, another album that I thought was a masterpiece in the way they put it together, Zeppelin 2.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's just me. I always thought out of all the albums, Zeppelin 2 was the one that spoke to me. You know, we could sit here and tell you it's The Wall. Wall's a great album. But to me, it's a fucking tie between Wish You Were Here and Animals.
You're so right. You're so right.
And I lean towards Wish You Were Here, believe it or not.
Yeah, but I think I kind of burned myself out on Animals, and recently I'm back on Wish You Were Here. That Shine on Crazy Diamond comes on.
No.
It's and then Money. It's just it takes you on this fucking this ride, man.
You sit there and listen to Pink Floyd, and you feel bad about yourself about being a comic and how unprepared you are when you listen to them.
Right.
Because they're to the fucking note. And they have everything planned. You know, their fucking albums were 3 songs.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, and the 3 songs banged it out to 50 fucking minutes, and that was it. And you listen to every minute. God forbid you dropped a mushroom or hit acid.
Oh, my
and
God.
put them on. They sucked you in.
With some headphones?
Once they sucked you in, Pink Floyd sucked me in 2 of the best acid trips I had. It was Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon one time sucked me in.
Oh, yeah.
And one time Animals took me into a dark fucking place.
Yeah.
By the time they got finished with me, I thought I was like in a chicken coop.
Oh, man.
I thought I had animals around me, dog. I kept thinking I had to get up and feed the goats. I didn't know where the food was.
Oh, fuck.
It was fucking crazy.
Oh, I took Friday night off, and I didn't have any spots, so I was at the hut, and I just put on Wish You Were Here. And, you know, I got these speakers, and all the sounds were coming out. I got the vinyl on, you know, and I'm just going like, this fucking thing, man. I can't even believe it, you know? It's crazy how good that band is. It's insane.
It really is insane.
It is insane. That's like 4 or 5 dudes, you know, and it sounds like 900 dudes, you know?
I got to throw Synchronicity in there.
Yeah.
I got to throw the B-52's first album.
I go Devo.
B-52's first album, the second side, could be one of those sides which is questionable.
Yeah.
Depending upon your taste. But I still like that first side. It's enough to fucking put it up there. Like, it's if you paid the $5 for it now.
Is that the one with Rock Lobster?
Yeah.
Yeah, the red
The way
one.
it leads up to it. It leads up to Rock Lobster fucking brilliantly.
Yeah.
Let me give some shout outs.
Yep.
And we'll get this party started. How you feeling, Lee?
I feel great.
Apex Killers, Ookie Spooky, holding it down and shit. Keeping the count on the door at Austin. Down there from the 18th to the 20th. Chris Loch Ness, Diz Tech MMA, X Minor, Farce 1234, Afterlife, I-Type, Burgess, and my main man who I'll see next month in Denver, D in Colorado. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget Cap City, the 18th to the 20th, and my man Dean Del Rizzi, the 19th and the 20th.
Yeah, 19, 20, 21.
La Jolla taping his fucking CD of Death.
Come on out.
Plus other things. Like I said, Nikki Sixx is going to be down there.
Yeah.
Slash from Guns N' Roses is going to be in the audience.
David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth. If you got heroin, come on down. Bring it. They'll be there waiting on you. You know what I'm saying?
Can't wait to do this
Now,
gig,
you
man.
taped the CD already.
I did. I taped it at Denver Comedy Works. People keep going, where is that?
And your sounds were a little weird, you said.
It's just too big. It was like the show was so good that I was like bigger than I would be. I'd be like, yeah, because the crowd was so wild that I was wild, and there's really kind of no dynamics to it. It's just like a punch in the face the whole time. Where I want it to be a little more like I am live, you know, it's just so hopped up, you know, those crowds were incredible. Some of those shows were sold out that weekend, and it was just fucking fire, you know. So I listened to it. It sounds amazing and it's great, but it doesn't have dynamics. I like a comedy record that takes you on a journey, takes you down, up, down. You know what I mean? I just want to, and then the jokes got way better. The jokes got way better. So I'm gonna try it again.
You're never happy with what you put on paper once you look at it.
Yeah.
All right, to close it out, your top 3. Any McCarthy albums? I mean, beside the Beatles that we discussed, No Band on the Run. I mean, David Bowie put out some great music.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Yeah.
we both mentioned Fleetwood Mac, whether it's Rumors or Stevie Nicks' first or second solo album. One
Yeah.
of those was pretty
Yeah.
fucking good. Tom Petty had a couple great albums.
Wildflowers. Wildflowers.
Yeah, Wildflowers.
Masterpiece. I had it in my list.
I gotta be honest with you, as much as I'm not a fan, we gotta put Born to Run up there.
That's my number one.
There you go.
That's my number
See, we
one.
were thinking the same thing.
It's my number
and
one.
I'm not going to sit here with you and argue with anybody
Yep.
that I'm a big Springsteen fan. I'm just telling you that until recently, not recently, about 5 years ago, I always had a copy of that album.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, I got hooked on that album in 1979.
That thing's-
And I've never let it go.
Never.
And my favorite is 10th Avenue Freeze Out.
Unbelievable
It
tune.
destroys me.
That was the
So,
first song that I got locked in on.
I didn't put him up there as number one.
Yeah.
But I always try to give respect to somebody. I really thought about Deep Purple. I really thought about,
I had Van Halen Fair
Devo.
Warning in there.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
Warning. There was a time in my life where I played that record
So
a couple
did I.
years straight,
So
and
did
that tour blew my mind.
So it did for me also.
Yeah.
And that first side is a killer.
It's insane.
I don't know for sure. I went to see a concert, and I think it's Rainbow and the Scorpions in '82.
Right?
Was that the tour? Yes. Stone Cold
Yeah, Stone
versus
Cold, right.
Breakout. What was the name of the
Blackout?
Blackout.
Right.
But I saw the Scorpions once before
God, they're
in
great.
Newark, New Jersey, and I can't remember with who.
Unbelievable band.
I think that another album I like, the Patois of.
Which one?
I like the Patois of Animal Magnetism.
Unbelievable.
The Scorpions. I also like the Patois,
Love Drive.
no, of a UFO album, not the live one.
Oh my God.
They have the one that
Lights Out.
No. They have one album that I always thought that when you listen to it, you go, okay, but you know what? Let me listen to it again. And then the more you listen to it, the more you go, whoa, that song is fire. But this song, the song that always reminded me of it, the big song on the album is One More for the Rodeo
Right.
by UFO. That's the big song on the album. I always thought that album blended perfectly. Those are those albums that you listen to even before comedy, and I could tell the preparation.
Yeah.
As I listened to it, I could tell what they were doing. I could feel it. Even though I didn't know, I could just feel them putting together. Another album that I really enjoyed, Steely Dan Asia.
Oh, it's insane.
Steely Dan Asia
It's
was
insane.
another good album.
Just
that I
cocaine
grew
jazz.
up on it. That I grew up on. That I really enjoyed. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why it's always very rough
Yeah.
to say what your favorite all-time fucking albums are. And then you're like, but Joey,
Yeah.
you're a fucking Sabbath guy. You have not mentioned Sabbath up
That's
there.
what I was just thinking.
I always say that too. Those are the obvious.
I gotta tell you, with them, if you're a true fan, you like all of them. But if I had to single out my favorite Sabbath album, and it's tough,
Yeah.
because it's close between Paranoid, it's close between Master Reality, Volume 4, Jesus Christ. That's my album. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, my album. But the one that destroyed me till this day, Sabotage.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
That's my favorite fucking album. And I got 200 more favorite albums from
Me
bands.
too. I'm up there. Here's my Metallica. Like people are,
Oh, my God.
Metallica to
Which
me.
one you going
and
with?
Justice for All.
And Justice for All. Okay.
Yeah, and people go Masters. Yeah, Masters was
Is one an album? No.
that's on Justice for All.
Okay, then you go.
But Masters to me was, of course, it's everybody's go-to Metallica record. But to me, on Justice for all of a sudden they played a type of metal no one was playing. It was prog metal. It was these long, weird songs that were just insane, man. I was like, what is this, you know? And it's just a total journey. And to me, it's Injustice for All. Yeah.
Every time you click,
Whoa.
he jumps up in the air. Let me
I
tell you
just
something.
switched.
I gotta be honest with you people on the podcast tonight. When I opened the door,
Yeah.
I ate a little tiny piece of mushroom.
Yeah.
And I felt it go through my system so fucking bad.
Really? That small piece?
These mushrooms
Whoa.
are something. That's why they're fucking super unknown.
That's what's crazy too, because I'm telling you, you had for Joey Diaz, this piece
These
was like
shit.
something you found on the floor. It's so
This
small.
shit, these mushrooms do not fuck around.
Whoa!
I'm done. I'm okay now.
Wow!
But for about 30 minutes, I went through hell. It was like when you smoked a 24 count.
Oh, whoa! Really?
I had to get up, open the window.
Oh
I
man!
actually reached to see if I had an anxiety pill, which I knew I didn't.
Yeah.
I had to reach in and get a water.
What? That
And
little
that-
piece.
That little piece. And I even burped it. I burped the mushroom twice.
Oh
When
man!
you burp a little piece like that,
Yeah, it's sitting
you're
down
in
there.
fucking trouble.
Yeah, it's sitting down.
I ate, like I said, the other night I ate
Dude, I mean,
3 nibbles.
dude, your piece, I'm going to just say, if you're looking on the video, it was about this big. It was
Just an inch. Not even.
not even. It was a quarter of an inch.
And the other night I had 3 of those. And I left here, went home, and The Exorcist was on.
Oh, my God.
The fucking cat kept looking at the clock, and it just fucked me up.
Oh, my God.
These are tremendous.
I can't imagine if you ate like a
Tremendous
gram or something.
I gave them to a friend of mine. He goes, let me tell you what they were.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, they were the type of mushrooms that if you eat like a gram and a half, he goes, I ate like a gram and a half of them. He goes, they take you for a fucking ride.
Whoa.
He goes, there's like 2 hours there. It was good, but he goes, then it went away, and I was fine.
Whoa.
And I saw it with Lee the other night. That Lee was high for a while.
Lee, did you take some?
Yeah, I took a lot. I didn't. He didn't tell me all this before I took mine. So,
how were they, Lee, for you?
you know what?
We fucking went heavy that night.
We went heavy that night, so I thought I was just really high.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't done mushrooms to that extent yet. Like
Right.
I've done acid before,
Right.
Allegedly,
I was here when you did acid.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Allegedly
I
did
told
acid.
that if he ever tests himself in a drug test,
Yeah.
he's going to come back and shot.
The thing would break.
Oh, he's got heroin in his system.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Stop saying that on the air.
Yeah.
About a
He's
year
got
ago.
crystal meth.
At the old place, he
Yeah.
did heroin one day.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
No, I'd never give him crystal meth.
If I just
I can't believe
positive
that-
for heroin, I'm gonna go home.
I can't believe those mushrooms are that strong.
Yeah, that's strong. I mean, he's eating mushrooms.
You got any more left?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they're close by. No tapuda. You know
Oh,
what I'm
my
saying?
God.
In the car.
In the car. You know what I'm saying? What dates do you have? So you're taping the CD.
Okay, that's
Like
it.
I said, like I told you people,
Yeah.
and I repeat to you again on every podcast, the reason why this kid's here on the podcast is because I love him, number one. Number two, the reason why I love him because it's a non-stop hustle. Who fucking gets on a plane to go do fucking spots for $35? My man here. Because he's not in it for the fucking money. He knows the longevity of it. He knows if he takes a beat now and, in other words, eat a dick,
Yeah.
then in 3 years, he'll laugh at all this.
I've been eating some
Yeah.
dicks 8 years.
Yeah, he'll be, instead of sleeping on somebody's floor, you'll be living at the fucking Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah.
So if you got a chance to support Dean, even Timmy went to see a bunch of my friends.
Yeah.
You know,
And
They'll
dude,
go-
and you having me on a bunch of shows last year, not only helping me out with those shows, but the fun times we've had, man. You know?
you brought that picture in New York.
Oh, that
Tell
New
the
York
people-
show. Oh my
Tell
God.
the people that we were down in the basement
Yeah, yeah.
having a talk with my agents.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you ran down to tell me what?
Okay, I'm up there taking pictures, just hanging out, and all of a sudden I hear, "What'd you say, bitch?" Two girls pulling each other's hair, and a guy throws a table at the fight. And now two dudes are going at it. The whole place breaks into a riot. The whole fucking Gotham Comedy Club. I mean, full brawl. Some broke up noses and bloodied up foreheads.
Did you say a guy threw a table at
threw it.
at the fight?
Yeah, he threw a table at the fight, like, break it up. And that's how he said break it up, with a table. And it just went. And none of the people in there wanted to go in it. It was like radical.
Did he hit them with the table?
Fuck yeah, man. People went down. Guy came out all bloody. And, oh man, it was it was absolutely awesome. And it was on Instagram for a while. Somebody filmed it all. That's why I loved it.
Somebody tweeted that was the best show I went to.
Yeah.
There was a great fight after the show or something like that.
That's a great fight.
Great comedy show, great fight. And the guy at Gotham said, been here 24 years. Never seen a fight in here ever. Oh my God, it was crazy. God damn. But my point is, some of those nights we've had were just unbelievable. Brea, I remember. Punchline recently. Punchline.
Sacramento were great.
Unbelievable. It's Punchline with
The
Sacramento.
church, you guys come out and support. And it's a great feeling that everybody's up to the same sense of humor now. Nobody comes and doesn't know what they get themselves into.
Right, yeah, it's fans.
So comedy's at a beautiful fucking high right now, and, you can't fucking deny it.
Yeah. I was going to say, check my podcast out on Monday, tomorrow. I have a great guest, John Five, the guitar player for Rob Zombie. And this fucking guy had some killer stories, man. He's played with David Lee Roth. He played with Marilyn Manson. He played with Rob Halford. He's played with Tori Amos. And now he's been in Rob Zombie since 2005. And check it out, Let There Be Talk. Incredible guest, man. I listened to the show today, editing it, and I was like, wow, this episode's great.
So he's like one of those hired guns for a while.
He was on Hired Gun.
Okay, there you go.
Yep. But
and now he's a Rob Zombie.
Yeah, he's been there for years, and he's got a Kiss room at his house. The whole room is Kiss memorabilia from 73 to 82. All Kiss memorabilia, the pinball machine, the dolls, stickers, records, everything they ever did, photos, posters. Unbelievable.
While we're talking about anything on the Doors, as far as albums.
Absolutely, man. The first Doors record, which just was released like last week, was the anniversary of it. And that fucking record is just insane,
Guess what I was listening to a couple days ago? And I listened to it for about 40 minutes while I was working at American Prayer.
Oh, I love that one. Oh, that boop, boop,
Everybody
boop,
forgets
boop.
about that
Oh,
album.
that thing's great.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah.
I don't advise it for everybody. It's a little on the creepy side.
Right.
You really gotta, to like that album, you have to listen to Three Doors album.
Yeah.
And really like it. You gotta like the end.
Yeah.
You gotta like a lot of his dark stuff to really like. Isn't that the one when he threatens to kill his mom and his dad?
Yeah, the end. Yeah, man.
The end.
That's crazy. Mother, I want to kill you. Yeah, fuck yeah. That song would scare Lee. The headphones off Lee.
He always plays stuff that's scary.
I know. I remember that time from the famous video that's out there, Lee on Mars or whatever. We were playing like.
Please don't bring it up. You might as well go throw salt on Jesus.
Oh, I love it.
Why rip that fucking scab?
Oh, sorry, but I just love that because you were scared of the video that we had on. It was like Iron Maiden, like Number of the Beast or
It
something.
wasn't the video, it was the music.
666, the number of the beast. You're like, oh. I remember I looked over and you went, oh. I love it.
No, that wasn't on the video. It was something else.
What was it? It was something scary.
It was Deep Purple.
Deep Purple?
Deep Purple.
Space Trucking or something?
No. The one where they in the video where they all go to the house and reunite with the old singer.
Yeah. I love that. Perfect Strangers.
Perfect Strangers.
Yeah.
It's Perfect Strangers. And fucking, what's his name's playing the drums. Oh. That was the funniest. Every time we hit the cymbal.
I think it was the bass or the drum.
Every time we hit the cymbal.
Oh, my God.
We would wake up and look at him and fuck.
God damn, that
Think about Evans in college and what they promised him.
So
and what happened to the placement program.
That was so great. What a night.
You could see it.
Yeah.
When he would put his head back and breathe.
Oh, yeah.
He would go, what
and then he'd throw
the
that.
fuck?
Remember he'd throw the.
Yeah. And he would go, what the
I love
fuck?
it. I love you.
Happened to that counselor from Emerson?
I love both you guys.
Why didn't he fucking tell me the truth? Well, look at where I'm at. I'm in a fucking office.
Yeah, high.
Fucking high as fuck. I got no fucking life. I got a green shirt on today. Fucking.
Fuck yeah. Team
I was
Kermit.
high last night,
You drank this, Joey? This shit is unbelievable.
Topo Chico. What is it? Just water with a flavor?
Yeah, just a natural lemon flavor.
No sugar.
No sugar. And I was in Austin.
No sugar, cocksucker.
No sugar. Fuck sugar.
Now let me talk to you people about something here, all right? Because this is what it's all about sometimes. Right now you're sitting there going, you know what? I don't know what to do with what I got. Well, let's pretend you want to turn a cool idea into a new website. You either want to showcase your work, you want to blog or publish content, you want to sell products and services of all kinds, or you want to promote your physical or online business. Let me tell you something. Beautiful templates created by world-class designers. Squarespace.com is the way to go. Why? They have analytics that help you grow in real time. They got a built-in search engine optimization. They got free and secure hosting and nothing to patch or upgrade ever. 24/7 award-winning customer support. Make it yourself. Easily create a website by yourself. Make it stand out and stand out with a beautiful website, okay? Ready to start your new business? Make it stand out. Get started with Squarespace. Think it, dream it, make it with Squarespace, all right? Destiny's calling. It says you need a new website. Make it with Squarespace. The future's coming. Make it brighter. With Squarespace, keep dreaming, but make it a reality with a website from Squarespace, okay? Now, it's this simple. What I want you to do is check out Squarespace.com for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use the offer code CHURCH to save 10% on your first purchase of a website or a domain. That's Squarespace.com. Enter code CHURCH, CHURCH. Listen, powerful e-commerce functionality that lets you sell anything online. The ability to customize look and feel, settings and products, and more with just a few clicks. A new way to buy domains and to choose from over 200 extensions. Do me a favor. Check out Squarespace.com for a free trial when you're ready to rock the house. When you're ready to go, you use the offer code CHURCH and you save 10% off your first purchase of website or a domain. That's Squarespace.com. Enter CHURCH, okay? That's number one. Number two, I'm going with Onnit.com because Onnit's there for me from the day one. When I get up in the morning, the hemp force protein, the cacao is delicious. And if I'm running out, I switch governments and I go to the acai vanilla. Why? Because that's how I roll. 2 scoops, some water, and a few ice cubes. I take my little blood pressure medication and tip-top magoo. A bong hit, and I'm ready for fucking Godzilla. You want to be ready for Godzilla in the morning? Go to Onnit.com right now. Look through the supplements, okay? I cannot help you with the kettlebells or the bats or anything like that. As far as supplements, I got your back. Get that Alpha Brain. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't like it. And you don't even have to send it back. Give fucking Hemp Force protein a try. But for sure, with the flu season going rampant, if I was you, I'd be going to Onnit.com right now to get that fucking Shroom Tech Immune, okay? So if you're sitting next to that Japanese guy with the mask, fuck him. Fuck him. You got fucking Shroom Tech Immune. You don't want him breathing on you, all right? Go to Onnit.com and press in.
Church.
Bam! And there you go. 10% right off the Vig from Uncle Joey. Again, I want to thank Squarespace.com and I want to thank Onnit.com. But most importantly, my personal music entrepreneur, my brother, Mr. Dean Delray.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I want to start the year off with you. I'm sure I'll get some dates, and we'll be working together this year.
I can't wait, dude.
And
can't wait.
My brothers, Lee.
Oh, I wanted to say something.
Go ahead.
I built my new website with Squarespace.
There you go.
DeanDelray.com.
How fast was it?
I can't even believe how great it is, man. It's so easy. They got
Everybody fucking loves it. Everybody.
They got these great templates. You just pick one. You just drop photos in. My tour dates. When I put the tour dates in, it updates them and puts. Oh, it's fucking great, man.
Give it a try. Squarespace.com. Code CHURCH and get 10% off your first purchase. All right, Lee. I love you, cocksucker.
Love you, Lee.
Love you
Dean
too,
Del
buddy.
Rizzi. I love you. Don't
guys.
forget to listen to Dean's Delray. Let there be rock.
Let there be talk.
Let there be talk, rock. You know me, I'm all fucked up.
Yeah.
Take it from there, Lee Syatt, you bad motherfucker.
And by the way, La Jolla's worth the drive, guys, from LA. It's really fun.
It's beautiful.
So go spend the day and go see Dean.
It's great.
Thank you from the guy that goes to fucking
I've been to
San
La
Jose
Jolla.
for New
By the way,
Year's.
I've been to La Jolla.
Shut up. You're the last guy I
should.
want fucking travel advice from.
You should be the first guy you want to travel
Yeah,
with.
right, good.
God damn it, why is
fucking
this
hours.
playing?
5 fucking hours on New Year's Day. That's fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Oh, shit. Speak of the devil,
Hell yeah.
it's the motherfucking Doors, bitches. One of my favorite fucking albums.
Great video.
LA Woman What a great fucking song.
Seen the video? He's driving the Mustang. I love it.
Fucking crazy. We got to put it on again. I haven't
It's
seen
so great. This guy was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
5 to 1. That song 5 to 1.
When you listen to him, it took me a while. That poetry shit,
Yeah.
I didn't buy it for a long
I hated him growing up.
I hated him
I didn't
growing
like
up.
the organ.
And then one day it fucking clicked.
Yep.
And this fucking Robbie Krieger, the guitar player,
Unbelievable.
he'll take you into the deep waters like a fucking shark dog. And you don't even see him coming. Listen right here, he just turns it up on you.
Yeah. Total Spanish style, you know? He's just like flamenco style. It's great. This fucking record right here is unbelievable, this record.